All right. Yes. Somebody sing the Mario theme song.
I don't know the Mario song off the top of my head, but I probably would if I had some.
No. No, let's have the chat. Let's actually. No, wait. I got an idea. Let's actually have the chat recommend. If y'all can hear us right now, everything is probably fucking working correctly. Recommend us the song to hum, and we'll try to hum it. That's exactly. Mm-hmm. Until then, we're going to be doing the Mario theme song. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Wait, how does that? Oh. Wait, Justin said The Legend of Zelda. How does that go?
You guys are on your own. I don't know.
That's fucking Jurassic Park.
That's fucking Harry Potter. Oh shit, we ready.
Oh.
What?
I was muted What the fuck is going on tonight?
Oh my god, the technical difficulties are gonna be great.
Oh, it's time to attack the chat. I hate this. I was coming up with some great beats during that begin momentarily thing. That was the best moment we ever had. This is bullshit.
I want to know, how good was my Mario theme?
It was good, but I was trying to do fucking Andy Griffith on accident. I didn't even mean to. Jesus. Anyways, people, as you noticed, we didn't have no bumpers tonight because something happened. Should I say it, Anthony, or no?
No, you can say it. I fucked up.
Anthony fucked up so bad, and he sent me empty-ass bumpers.
Yeah, I fucked up. It was because, like, Adobe, and I'm going to put this shit on Adobe, because I had rendered out the bumpers, because it was finished. And I actually have the bumpers finished on my computer. It's in your Dropbox right now. But apparently, when I press render, it just rendered empty space. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And it was just confusing me. I was just like, well, why is it doing this? I thought it was finished. But they're done, so I guess I'm just going to see them next week.
Yeah, people, so look forward to next week's bumpers. They will actually be bumpers that time and stuff was actually talking. Oh, look at that, Dave saying music to his ears. Well, thank you very much. Granted, it wasn't me singing, but we can give that to Allie, to Ganja, to Anthony Wilson Jr. Yeah, I like the whole, the look with the shirt under the shirt, man. Looks pretty cool.
Hey, I got that Vato look on today, man. I gotta stay warm.
What's it called? The Vato?
Vato look, man. This comes from Gutierrez collection.
Yeah, you need like a plaid shirt and like some fucking like pants that don't fit.
Hey, this shirt was made by a Mexican, so I'm still cool.
Okay, hey, it's true. Yeah, no, yeah, the Cat Daddy off the Mexicans collection. Oh, right, yeah, again, the way you blew fucking thing. Yeah, like as if I don't know that my mic is fucking muted, even though that happened kind of.
No, but people, welcome to the Midnight Chat Attack, the first Midnight Chat Attack of 2017. And just imagine, let's just take damn! Take two! Let's all take a step back. This time, just like 1 year ago, 2016, marked the first year of the MCA, the first live MCA. Can y'all imagine that? Can y'all just think of that shit right now?
What did you
This same time, this exact moment last year, we was new, we was fresh, we was like a baby. And now look at us. Man. Fucking 218 subscribers.
Yeah.
Full of friends.
Don't got shit going on.
Now we're here.
Look at
this shit.
Party.
Man, yeah, we got fucking like Allie with us and shit. Like, what the hell?
Oh, I forgot to do this too.
Woo!
Fuck tonight. Here you go. Hey, people. You guys ever wonder what it looks like when I do shit on here? This is how I set up. See, what you do is you get the settings on, you get the video going, see? But it's not in the right way, right?
Damn, look at that fro.
I know, right? Yeah, look at that guy.
Oh
Damn,
my
Anthony.
god, I forgot how your hair was.
See what
My
I did?
hair was fucking outrageous.
I said that way.
God.
There's my face.
Dude, Anthony, you need to comb like a motherfucker.
Seriously.
No, look at this, guys.
Hey,
Boom!
I know
Now it
that's-
looks nice.
I know that's racist, but dude, I seriously looked at like buckwheat from like
Oh.
the SNL. Like, I'm saying that shit about myself. Like, holy shit.
It's still racist though, because you're not even fucking black, man. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm
no,
Caucasian.
but yeah, people a year ago, that's what we were doing. I had that shitty picture of me where you can barely see what the fuck's going on. But yeah, I mean, it was some good times. I had fun.
And Nick, just a year later, we're still fucking up.
We're still fucking up. And
Dude,
this
I
time
love
we
it.
have.
It's like reminiscent of the back in the old days. We used to fuck up every beginning episode. Like it's magical. It's going around in circles.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucked up, Chris. That is not nice. Wow, there's Anthony.
No, but
He first saw his first Neko.
that's my finish. No, but people, I just want to say thank y'all for just hanging around for 1 year, 1 full year, and just being a part of this and being supportive. Because if it wasn't for you guys' support, we would not be doing this shit right now. Especially not today. We would have just been like, fuck it, man.
Dude, I got tonsillitis. We're fucking up technical wise, man. Nobody wants to be here today. Ali snowed in.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Hey, everybody snowed in, man. Like it's like fucking like almost negative 15 degrees. I think 90s was telling me in Chicago, and I think it's like negative like 3 here. So it's just like fucking cold everywhere.
Well, the thing is, we actually have a weatherman out there to tell us how the weather is. Yeah. Yo, man, how is it out there, dude?
Yeah.
I can tell that dude's eyes cold as fuck, bro.
that deer right there, he's like, what the fuck you think? That's how
The
cold it is.
deer looks like a dog. Can you please let me in, please? I won't fuck with your house.
Oh man, that deer is just looking at the window like, you really got your cell phone out, bro? Like really? You can't just
Turn
like,
on your
open the
heater,
fucking
goddammit. I need water.
Motherfucker call 911, bitch.
It's like, it's like, really, bro? No, I mean, it's just funny. The thing is, the deer like that shit, right? They're cool with that.
Not that much. Do you see the look on his face?
Dude, they look pissed off no matter what, bro.
Did you see that shit?
They look pissed off no matter what, dude.
Nick, that does not look good. Plus, it's just like not even the temperature, because the temperature, he probably like, yeah, fuck this shit. This is nice, but he's like snowed in. This motherfucker can't walk, so he like fuck this. So I don't blame him. I don't. Yeah.
Sir,
It's like
can
the
you
mob
help
tried
me
to
out of
bury
this?
What'd you say, Ganja?
I said, sir, can you please help plow me out of this? I gotta go help Santa Claus.
Oh, dude, you know what? That should be the tagline of this episode, Jenny. I'm looking at the chat. Jenny said, "Welcome to the Midwest. It's cold as fuck." Yep, I agree. And yep, that's Alan too. Like he said, it was pretty cold where he lives at too. So everybody just got snow.
No, man. And for me, like winter's really bad. Like right now, it's like 55 degrees. It is like kind of like chilly a little bit. Like it's just like I gotta like wear a jacket. It's like fucked up, man. Jeez.
Man, fuck you,
Arizona,
You live
boy.
in Arizona. You probably only got like an inch, like a dime's worth of fucking snow, while everybody else is just like buried in this shit. Like they
You
just.
said it's
turn it-
50, so it's not even cold enough for snow.
Yeah, it's not even cold enough.
But the
Man.
thing
Like,
is, I go out there and it's not even like hot. Like that's what's bothersome. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like cold. Like it's uncomfortable. I hate that.
spoiled motherfucker.
No, man.
Spoiled motherfucker. No.
Then again, too, like when Arizona comes, we got like 110, 115 degree weather. Like we're living the movie Sunshine shit all the time. So, you know, I'm just saying.
Wait, what was we singing of the midweek? Oh, Mr. Sun, go to Mr. Sun, please shine down on me.
I don't even know that fucking song.
That was
Where's
on Barney,
from?
man.
Yeah, I got brainwashed by PBS Kids. That's the
Yeah.
only reason why I know it.
Apparently, holy shit.
Oh, Barney was getting lit in that episode. Just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was like,
son,
Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun,
Fucking Bim. Fucking
Shit,
bit,
my favorite,
bop over and
my
shit.
favorite Barney song is all the raindrops, all the little
Oh,
raindrops.
yeah, yeah.
All the raindrops could be. Open your mouth, say live.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, you remember that video I showed you, Ali?
Oh, man.
There's this picture of this little kid, or video of this little kid, and he has like this imaginary toothbrush, acting like he's giving that shit a blowjob. It's really fucked up, dude.
Oh, boy.
He's like, He just.
Oh,
That's
man.
awful, man.
Oh. I feel bad now that we said blowjob and kid in the same sentence.
No, it's okay.
just keep your mouth
Better
open
go
wide,
touch.
Anthony, and say
Is it it bad that like the next girl I'm involved with in that situation, I wanted to go
Damn.
That'd be awesome. Like, damn, that motherfucker.
Shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That motherfucker broke ass on that ice.
Damn, you did a camera slip.
Go. You break your legs. You break your legs. Yeah.
God.
All right.
What the fuck is that?
I always wanted to be a DJ if y'all could never tell.
I can tell too. I think you just want to be black. You know, DJ thing's cool too.
That's expensive. That's expensive being black. But no, we actually got to tell them if they want to be black with us, we got to get them into the call and tell them how to be black. But first, tell them about that 1-year-old YouTube channel, man. That shit has been around for a full year.
That shit got the cobwebs in the crotch, people. Yeah, we got that Midnight Chat Attack YouTube page with our amazing, one of our best bumpers ever in the thumbnail there. But yeah, do you guys know about this shit? I'm fucking tired. I'm in a bad mood. Everything fucking sucks. So we're doing good. Thank you for support very, very much. And I keep telling you guys to show us your YouTube page. Where the fuck are you? I don't see you. Why don't you guys come in the call? Tell us to watch your shit.
Yeah, Rashad, Christian, Jamal, fucking like
exactly,
Max. Where's Jenny? Where's your fucking YouTube channel?
Worse don't do any goddamn justice.
What the fuck? I want to see some YouTube channels of y'all fucking content.
Julian,
put them on there.
It's okay. You don't have to tell us. And you too, Skull. Fuck you. But no, people, and then also too, we got the midweek chat tag. It's the same thing as this, what we're doing right now, but it's on Thursdays and it's a lot more looser and it doesn't fuck up as bad. So definitely check out the midweek chat tag, and yeah, just browse around. Oh, wrestling! No, get away from wrestling! No. But yeah, people, that's basically about it. Ganja, there's something else that just, you know what to do.
I know what to do. I've been doing it for what, a year now? So guys, if you have not learned the rules by now, you're fucking retarded. Rule number 1, newcomers join the call first because we're all about community and that includes bringing the new people in. We love that new fresh smell because, you know, it just gets us so hard. Right, Anthony?
Yep.
Certainly gets...
Thank you, Anthony. I wanted that energy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Rule number 2, do not talk over each other. It's just plainly rude. And ruins the audio quality later. Shut the fuck up, you. Lucky 50-degree weather. I'll kill you. Rule number 3, please no nudity. Nick, just put the dick away. Rule number 4, do not give anyone the link. We have a planned show. We got this thing all planned out for you. We got a game plan. We got videos. Well, we have videos till the internet fucked up on us. But do not give anyone a link. That's besides the point.
One more thing. Allie, take it away, Allie. This is your shit, girl.
Headphones. Wear some.
You're fucking fired.
That shit was anticlimactic as fuck.
I know.
Yes, people.
Number 5, read the rules and don't be a dick.
Don't be a penis. A penile like that. The crotch. Don't be that. It's nasty.
I was totally off, but it was totally intentional.
It's totally,
and you're totally full of shit.
You're totally full of shit. Oh man, but I don't want you to be full of shit because like we got like toilet paper. Fuck that joke. You know what? You just get the call. Just get the call. Just get the call.
That was my favorite fuck up so far.
It's like a shape. It's like an oval on the left side of your screen. It's gonna be blinking red, yellow. You click that shape, the oval shape. It opens up. It's a Google Hangouts link. You click that link and you hop inside the Google call and interact with us in a very shitty manner.
Yes. Jenny. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Break your legs. Break your legs. Break your legs. Break your legs.
Break your legs.
What?
What?
I'm the co-host and I have no idea what's going on right now.
It's okay.
Neither do I.
No, Jenny, leave and come back.
Leave and come right back because you sound like Bubbles.
Shit.
You sound like you're on the underwater level of Super Mario 64, the dire dots.
Just come back with a good chance.
It's Jenny 2, Rise of the Machines.
Oh. Ruthless Rashad. Hopefully I don't get you guys mixed up today. How you guys doing?
Fuck you too, Nick.
I'm pretty sure you're going to get mixed up, Nick, but it's okay.
Oh, he's in that underwater level too.
God, what's wrong with Google
I'm the
Hangouts?
one that the robots have not copied.
Yeah.
Wait, am I underwater too?
Yeah, you're not
Leave
about
and
to,
come
man.
back.
Leave and come back. I'm sorry, man. I feel sorry for. I hate having people do that. I feel like a dick. Like, man, leave. Come right back inside. Like, no one outside. You're better now, Jenny.
Just think of it like somebody, they're coming from the snow in the cold and they got their shoes on and they walking all over your fucking carpet with the snow. Like, no, go back, take your fucking shoes off, and then come back in the house. Like, just take fucking shit away. That's how I look at it.
Rashad, go ahead and talk really quick just to test it out.
Underwater test 1, 2, 3.
You're coming loud and clear from the Landis, Rashad.
Oh,
There
yes.
we go.
Sweet. God damn. And it's funny, too, because I don't think it happens to us. Like, me, you, Allie, and John.
No,
we got enough fuck-ups on our behalf.
Yeah, I'm not trying to call it evil, bro. Just don't mention that shit.
Yeah, but what you say, Anthony? We got enough fuck-ups, because...
Yeah, we got enough fuck-ups dealing with us. That's the least of our fucking worries.
Look at this shit. Yahoo fucking up.
Yeah, y'all fucking up, yeah, exactly. Oh,
50 million time.
Yeah, we need y'all want to have a nigger navy?
Jesus,
Dang! No, he did not.
yeah, he did that, dude.
I saw this shit and
Bravo.
wow.
I feel so sorry for Jenny.
Because I'm white as hell.
Yeah, it's just you're so black.
Oh yeah, I'm black as fuck.
Chocolate ass.
Congratulations, I just killed Anthony. You're welcome.
Oh, she said that.
I'm black as fuck.
Yeah, she's already
Back to
learning
my book
the
now.
lingo. She's already getting more hood and more gangster, man.
Oh my God.
I'm like, fuck. Throw it up, Jenny. Throw up a gang sign. Anything, the first thing that pops to your head, throw up a gang sign.
I should throw a metal sign.
Y'all for far too
God,
long.
you are white as fuck.
Dude, what gang is that? The Metallica fan gang? Like,
Hey, Nick, you want to see my gang sign? Bro, look, this shit go hard.
Y'all are influencers. She's been hanging around y'all for far too long.
I know, man.
Yes, I have.
Throw that shit up, Jenny. Throw it up.
I love how mature Allie and Ruthless are right now. They're just like not even giving y'all. They're just like, man,
Oh
fuck
my
this group of people. Like,
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. God
Hey,
damn.
fuck it, man. We made Jenny laugh so much that she went red. So I'm already
I'm
happy.
crying. Oh my god.
It's just like, bravo. We should all pat ourselves on the back.
No, man. No one should pat themselves on the back over this shit too. Okay. No one should be laughing that much over the Yahoo. Okay. I know you can't even say it right now because I'm too scared. Like, even in quotes, that shit is awful. And the thing is, like, I was thinking at first, like, okay, the B and the N are very, very close to each other, right? Like on the keyboard, like that makes sense. But it's like you can't tell me that you put up there and left it long enough for someone to actually like save that shit. Yeah. I mean, they have a picture like that. That had some production to it.
No, like did somebody read this and doesn't it have to go through like sections before it's like actually uploaded to the website? Like, don't like 5 and 3 people got to look at that shit, and that still got past everybody? Like nobody noticed. Like,
also, can I point something out? When you're actually supposed to type, you're using B as one finger, N to the other finger. So when you're typing properly, so how the hell did you screw that up?
The one thing I will say though, I don't even type properly, and I'm like one of the best typer people I know. Like that whole rule that people have, that makes you fast, but your max is like 99 words per minute. You gotta be like fucking retarded, do that shit in a stupid way to do like 110 words per minute. So yeah, fuck that rule. AS, DF, fucking JKL, comma. Yeah, fuck that shit.
I still can't type.
Even if you put that the first time, autocorrect on everything would have corrected that to bigger every time.
Exactly. They still telling me I'm trying to say like, hey, you ducking asshole. Like,
unless spell check is also racist. Mm-hmm.
Or you've typed nigger so many times that your spell check corrects things to nigger instead of away from it.
It corrected
Damn,
bigger.
That's a good point. I gotta start erasing my internet search history.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but they apologize and everything is fine. But I just want to say this. The internet is full of shit because some people was coming out saying, "Oh my God, I'm offended." I'm like that, and they sounded just like that too. It was like, "Oh my God, I'm offended."
It sounded like Donald Trump.
I am offended by having a black navy. I prefer white Caucasians in my navy.
I'm just wondering, do black people feel like, oh shit, Trump's on our side? Like,
oh
you know
shit, he wants more black folks. Yo, no, but
no, he wants black people so he can send them out to these bullshit wars he's gonna create so he can kill them all. Think about it. Just saying.
Hey, she's with it, folks.
Hey, Jeannie, we survived slavery one time. Maybe we can do it again. No. No, people are full of shit though because they was coming out saying they're offended, they're shocked, they're appalled by the situation. But turns out like Wendy's on their Twitter is actually actively cussing out people. And people are like, I'm about to go eat some Wendy's. Y'all being rude and like mean to y'all customers and roasting them? Holy shit, this is great marketing. I'm like, y'all full of shit. Man.
Yeah, this was my favorite one right over here, man. Can you find me the nearest McDonald's?
Yes.
Booyah.
And another good one is the refrigerator one.
I think it's down here.
Yes, you got to read that one. That one's hilarious.
Shit.
Yo,
Yeah, there it is. The frozen. If you go up, yeah.
Oh, your beef is frozen. We all know it. Y'all know we laugh at your slogan, fresh, never frozen, right? Like you're really a joke. Sorry to hear you think that, but you're wrong. We've never only used fresh beef since we were founded in 1960. I don't get the shit.
No, keep going down. Keep going down.
Yo,
On a hot truck. Where do you store cold things that aren't frozen?
Yeah.
Y'all should give McDonald's got you guys beat with the dope ass breakfast. You don't have to bring them into this just because you forgot refrigerators existed for a second there. Aw. Damn.
They're hard.
Roast. Yeah.
Who the fuck is behind this Wendy's account, dude?
I
Jesus.
don't
Okay,
even know.
funny story.
Someone to go,
The
hey,
Wendy's
man, your bacon
guy
is
is actually-
too small.
Wait, go ahead, Ruthless.
the Wendy's guy, the one that runs the Wendy's account, is actually here in Kansas City.
Oh,
what?
God, we need to find him.
Dude,
Yeah,
give us an
he's-
interview.
He's a big fan of one of the local sports radio stations here, and so they've talked to him a couple times. But yeah, he's like the guy that runs that account is here in Kansas City.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, man. So, like I said, Wendy's is I mean, it makes me want to go eat Wendy's. I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah. That's the reason I'm going to eat french fries, because of your jokes. Not because I'm a fat fucker. Like,
Man, they burn them burgers like them burn them rhymes, man. Hot fire.
I want to see this guy write a song with that fucking hamburger helper dude. You know?
Oh,
Like that.
jeez.
Gonna do a mixtape or something, a beef fucking rap or whatever. But
No,
yeah.
no, those memes, man, with the whole, I'm not even gonna say that shit again, but with the whole Navy fuck up joke, because Ganja was showing me a bunch of them, but the internet just went like balls to walls with that shit, man. It was just like, we spent like literally 2 hours laughing about that shit, Ganja, right?
Well, the thing that's funny too is like over here, even Yahoo went on there and he's like, we deleted an earlier tweet due to a spelling mistake. We apologize for the mistake. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's your, it's only one sentence. I mean, granted, it is Twitter. You can't write a whole big fucking thing. But I just find that kind of like, oh, guys, there's a mistake. It's like, you know what you did? You said racist fucking slur. Like,
like, I don't know. Like I said, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they wouldn't have come out and apologized, people would have been like, oh, they didn't even say anything, so they must be racist. And then them saying they apologize, trying to, minimize the damage, it's like, people are like, oh, you're just saying that so you can cover your tracks. So it's just like I said, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. So.
Yeah, oh shit, what's that noise? I heard a little something going on. Someone got the news on.
Sorry, my brother's talking to me about plagiarizing and shit.
Oh, okay. No, man, but yeah, I don't know. Wendy's, that shit's awesome. Yahoo, not so awesome. I'm wondering if Wendy's gonna talk some shit to Yahoo. Like, that'd be kind of, have some Twitter, company beef. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
The internet might implode then.
Combine both of them. They actually go into the Wendy's Twitter and shit like that. You guys need a nigger navy.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you mean a burger navy?
That too. Man, both.
But, you know what they should do? They should put them together in a fucking boxing match together. Kind of like this other two people. Like Floyd Mayweather and Soulja Boy. God, come on, Anthony. No, you stop. That shit was good. That shit was good.
I guess what you had to work with, that's actually not that bad, Nick. So I will give you that, but still.
Everybody knows we got a segue at some point. This ain't the Wendy's show.
Hey, man. Hey, have it your way.
Yeah, that's Burger King.
You dumbass.
Damn it. What a burger. Fuck. Anyways.
Man, to be honest with you guys, because you guys told me about this first, because I didn't. Oh, this is how much, two things. This story incorporates two things that I really dislike. And when I say this other one, don't be offended, but I really don't give a shit about rap. To be honest with you, I'm sorry. And then the second one is Soulja Boy, because fuck Soulja Boy. Fuck Soulja Boy. Fuck him so intensely. Because, he's the one that started this whole music trend of dance move, make a little trap beat that you can come up with on fucking Fruity Loops or computer or whatever, and millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars. He started the whole fucking trend. Well, it was back in the 80s and 90s. because I know Ruthless, he's like older than me. He probably like they had the same thing. But he started it to a point where everybody started doing it. Where it's just like every year you got like a new dance craze, like Harlem Shake or
the Harlem Shakes before him.
Well, yeah, of course the Harlem Shakes before him, but you know, like the one that was around the internet and stuff like that, and
I
then
can't hold this any longer,
the
though.
Gangnam Style, and yeah,
Well,
all of it.
No, you're absolutely right. But one thing I can't like get over is the fact that this story is about Soulja Boy and fucking this whole fight with Chris Brown. This is 50 Cent though, right?
Yeah, 50 Cent actually started to come in.
So every black person, it doesn't matter like what fucking rapper you use, as long as it's a rapper.
No, 50 Cent's involved in the situation. What happened is after the two of them called each other out, Chris Brown said, "Look, I'll fight you. I'll set up a fight and have a fight with you." So Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Broner, the two boxers, we're trying to get the two of them onto a fight card to do a celebrity boxing. Money goes to charity situation. 50 Cent got involved to help add additional fights to the card. So there are literally multiple fights between rappers going on and a couple basketball players as well. And 50 got involved with Chris Brown's training. They're really good friends. And so 50 Cent is now getting Mike Tyson to train Chris Brown since Floyd Mayweather got involved to train Soulja Boy for the fight.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. Like this shit, I'm kind of curious. I wish I could play the audio of this situation too, because they are just showing random clips of like kids fighting. Like, man, what the fuck, man?
This is gonna be the best live action Def Jam icon fight we are ever gonna see.
Fight for New York.
Dude, that is amazing. Great timing by Rashad and Alan, because like when you said that, he posted that shit in the chat. So that was like perfect, man.
You guys are
Good teamwork, Alan.
Some bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but like I really don't care about these, because it's like a rap beef every other month or year, and it's just like, motherfuckers, just stop, because it's just an ego thing. And then Chris Brown, he really needs to calm his ass down, because he's like involved with like a big controversy like every other like fucking Sunday, because wasn't like he just in the news for the whole like SWAT team hovering over his house and shit and trying to like break down his door?
It wasn't actually real. Like,
yeah, even though
there really wasn't a SWAT team there. That people were lying. Like this woman basically said that he had guns and drugs in his house. Mm-hmm. Some cops came over to talk to him, and that was all. That was entirely one of those media blow-ups over nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, like it didn't actually happen. There were not a bunch of cops surrounding his house. It was literally just two cops came over to ask about the incident.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so fuck Entertainment Tonight for
fuck
Entertainment Tonight for blowing that shit hub so goddamn far.
Yeah,
because that was the hugest thing, because it's on after the news and obviously it's channel.
Whoa! Machines have found us. Run!
Midnight Cat Text been brought to you by Chevron.
Oops.
God damn it! Are you in Freddy Krueger's boiler room?
No, he's on an airplane.
Snakes on a plane, baby.
Oh man,
all these goddamn snakes.
Yeah, hey man, you got to mute yourself, brother, because we can't hear.
Those goddamn mentions.
Yeah, mute yourself, Stephen. I want to say it's Stephen.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, mute yourself.
What's up?
Yeah, you got to mute yourself, brother, because it's messed up.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
And he's still going.
I hate today so
Where is the airplane?
Hey, whoever gave me a link, I'm gonna stun your ass. Anyways, no, so right now 50 Cent's looking at the stream like, what the fuck? God damn. I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say other than like this dude's in the boiler room for Freddy Krueger and all that bullshit, and fucking I don't know. Just I want to see these two fight. I'm excited for that shit. Okay. I don't know. And, I know you don't care, but
and apparently like isn't it Floyd Mayweather like promotions? Isn't he the one that's like holding the fight or whatever, or like funding it or whatever?
Yeah.
Floyd's Money Team Promotions is doing the majority of the promotion for the fight.
Which is funny because it's just like that's another like black person that needs to stay out of the fucking news, because like isn't he had like enough like people hate him for that whole Manny Pacquiao fight and shit like that, and like him just being a fighter that fight people that's lower than him, so he can have this whole undefeated streak. So it's just like all these people that's like in this just need to just stay the fuck like out of controversy for right now. So it's just it's a new flavor of the month.
Yeah, and I gotta say, with this like little Photoshop here, I'm thinking like, man, was this gonna be like broadcasted live on MySpace? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
No, Telemundo live.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I don't know. I would watch it. You know, is there like a date attached to this at all, or?
That's the thing. I was looking to see if I could find a date, but I don't think so. Like, from my research, I couldn't find one. Maybe somebody had posted in the chat or something like that. But I just know that apparently it's happening. So we'll see that. When they live stream that shit on television, did not believe it. Yeah. But like you said, that shit is probably just on Facebook.
On Soulja Boy, because I saw one photo of him with some dudes posting up. Man, he looks like Obama in the gym.
Wait, who?
What?
Soulja Boy.
He looks like Obama in the gym?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking this up right now too, and I guess he got his ass beat on. This looks fake as fuck. Yeah,
who knows? Like, that video could be fake, but like the funny thing about it, even if it is real, he's talking about fighting Chris Brown. Motherfucker, you getting robbed on Instagram? You ain't gonna do shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I love that people are trying to call this like rappers trying to fight. When the fact is, the rap game retired Soulja Boy like at least 10 years ago. Like we retired him forcefully. This man has not done anything.
The fucking pan. Seriously.
Why are y'all hating on that pretty boy's flag right now? I just want to know.
I can't even do that goddamn dance. We tried to do that at a wedding. It was horrible. Bunch of white people trying to dance.
Damn!
I love it.
She said that shit, so you know it was bad. Damn.
So I'm gonna do a call to action really quick, y'all, because once again, Jenny, I might have to leave you and come right back. But the thing is, if you guys find, I'm ready to move away from Google Hangouts, y'all. Like, I'm at a point now where this might be our last Google Hangout show because I'm really sick of this shit and it's just been messing up way too much. Like, I don't even know. Like, from my end, it's like really frozen. I don't even know if we might have to like turn this shit off for a little bit. Like, I don't know what's going on. But if you guys can find another program we can use for Google Hangout, or like, you know, just a replacement for Google Hangouts, let us know on the comment section or on Facebook or message us privately or something. But this shit got to end. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is really nerve-wracking as fuck.
If somebody say Skype, I'm shooting you.
You know, we might have to, man. At least
coming right back. Bye.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I don't know. And look at Adrian. What about Skype?
I'm shooting.
Well, time to bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what's funny? Anthony's gonna bring up Discord probably.
No, I ain't gonna bring up Discord. But even though they're like updated recently, and now they have like a Skype feature on Discord, so they might get like video eventually, which could be like good. But I'm just looking for something that's user friendly as Google Hangouts, because you, like I said, click on the left side of your screen, and you got the link, and you can hop right in the call. And most people don't even know that they have Google Hangouts, like, because it's a free program. Most people don't even know that they have it. So that's the thing. It's about finding an alternative, but something that's also as user friendly. Like, half of these motherfuckers, I was like, yeah, we're gonna do a gaming night. What is Steam? So
what is Steam? Yeah, even Jenny, and she's not even that much of a gamer, and she even knows. Like, yeah.
Are you serious, Anthony?
I am serious.
Yeah,
I am the heartbeat. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it needs to be user friendly. So.
Yeah, man. No, but one thing that's not user friendly apparently is a new fucking Apple MacBook. Apparently they're having issues with that already too. This is another story we had. I actually was gonna bring this up a while back, but I guess now with an update, the batteries are fucked up. It's inconsistent battery span or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Is anyone done with the whole like purchasing MacBooks and all that shit? I mean, like, Allie, I know you're a huge like Apple fangirl or whatever, but like, what do you think about the new MacBook?
Well, I thought it was cool when I initially saw it. It's kind of disappointing that it's having problems. Obviously, I mean, I have a nice recent model, so I don't need to update or upgrade it. But definitely, well, if I ever for any reason needed to get a new one, I probably would wait out, though, just to see if they can fix whatever is going on.
Have you ever been the person to continue like upgrading your like iPhones every single year, or no?
Not every single year, but I don't like going like maybe 5 or 6 years with the same phone. I like to upgrade that because after a while the software starts to run a little slow.
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I don't definitely don't do it every year. That's so wasteful.
It really is, man. and people still do it. Like I don't know why people keep doing that. But I mean, I haven't done that with the Samsung. Granted, the new one blows you up, so I guess I don't have any reason to do it.
No, like I was reading an article here, and he was saying like Consumer Reports has said like when they did trials for this new MacBook, it was just like doing different types of numbers for each charge. Like they were saying the 13-inch model with the Touch Bar ran on 16 hours on the first trial, and then they said it ran for like 12.75 on the second one, and then on the third one it just went down to 3.75 hours. So it just kept changing. And just like it's crazy, and that's the problem. I don't know if this is on the same battery that they use on just regular chargers like lithium battery, but we need to find like another material to do that, because I know I have the same issue, and quote me if I'm wrong, but no, this is not one. But I know I have rechargeable batteries, and they use lithium as their main power source, and it's good and everything, but the lithium material degrades very, very easily over time. So you're not going to get the same charge as you got when you first bought it. So hopefully we can get like the exact same rechargeable features like lithium, but not as biodegradable, I guess that's the phrase I'm looking for, or just not as degradable over time. And this is the thing I fear about with the Nintendo Switch, because that whole thing is based on portable, being like a portable game console, whatever. So if that battery life is terrible, it defeats the purpose of the fucking console.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, especially if you have to be plugged in the entire time. It's like, the Wii U is just like this. I can just plug that shit in, so I don't know.
I'm just surprised that this is like brand new news to people, because I remember when the first generation of iPod Touches came out, it was kind of a joke around my middle school that if your battery was like on 1%, all you had to do was listen to music, and that shit was self-charged back to 5%.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not even fucking joking. If you have a first generation iPod, do this shit. Get to 1%, listen to MP3s, and you'll be fine. That shit will charge up like at least 2 to 3%, and you'll be good like for another hour. But I'm like surprised it's now becoming knowledge, because they always been notorious, like especially when they moved off of like the old AA battery system, that sometimes the batteries tend to wear over time, especially if you tend to use the system while it's charging.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big thing too, because a lot of people do that, and they tell you specifically not to do. Well, they tell you and then they don't, but they tell you don't use it while you're charging your phone and devices and stuff like that, because that's gonna make the battery burn out faster. But people still do it anyway. So yeah, that's a big problem too. It's just like telling them like, motherfucker, if you don't do this, you gonna burn your shit out. So
everything they tell you like is either good or bad, or it's like they tell you both. Of like, you can use your phone when it's plugged in. Don't use your phone when it's plugged in. Well, then when the fuck am I supposed to use my phone?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Hey, Justin, Zarian, how you doing, brother?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
You're snowed in.
Are you seriously like snowed in? Like you can't leave your house right now?
Oh, me? No, because I'm not in Idaho right now, but my parents are back there, though. They're snowed in for sure. So.
Okay, no, but Jenny, the way she says, like, yeah, I'm snowed in. Like, seriously? Like,
it happens this time of year. What can I say?
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought that was like a joke. Like, damn. All right.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, because I know Bugs, people know Bugs Boom or Kimberly. She had posted something on Facebook saying she was snowed in too with a sick husband and 3 crazy cats. So it seems like it hit everybody. It seems like the snow just hit.
Their definition of snowed in is different than the northern part of definition of snowed in. Just saying.
Hey. Jenny, I understand your pain. Me coming from northeast Ohio off that Lake Erie, so I get that lake effect snow. I know what the hell. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Meanwhile, everybody yesterday on Facebook and snowing in Texas. Oh my God, it's snowing in Texas. It's a fucking dusting of snow on the ground. Really, guys?
Yeah, but no, man. Anyways, yeah. So CS, what's that shit called? The thing that just happened this week?
CSE. I want to say
CES.
Yeah, CES. Yeah, because consumer electronic. Yeah. So that actually.
Let's live from a hurricane. How's it going? What's the weather temperature, man?
Sorry, dude. Is my voice all messed up, or?
No, it's just like a lot of feedback.
Background noise.
Yeah, it's just a lot of feedback. Just leave a comment so somebody else can get in.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I got you. I'll be back later.
All right,
man.
Brother.
Stay fresh.
One time. Peace.
Stay fresh.
Stay fresh. Stay fresh.
Dude, what are you, a white soccer mom, bro? What the fuck? Stay
I just
fresh.
turned full black. Wait, when did Jenny say I'm black as fuck?
Yep. Because that's how I started the night, guys.
I love that shit.
Yep, black as fuck.
White as fuck.
God damn. But no, man. So
yeah, it actually happened in 90s. Is actually the tech guru. He's the one that keeps up with all this stuff because I didn't even know it was going to happen. Because the only big electronic expo I'm actually keeping up for, it's not even an expo, but presentation, is the Nintendo Switch press release. That's actually supposed to happen next week, if I remember.
Oh, really?
Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so next week. So I'm really curious about that. But until then, we had this, and it wasn't really a lot of stuff that was going on. Like I just picked out some of the standouts. Like one of the things that they had was GeniCan, where it's on like this bar or the sensor bar that attaches to your trash can, and I guess you can like scan barcodes or fruits and vegetables before you throw them away, so I can add them to like this cart through Amazon. And I guess when you go to the grocery store, you can already have those items in a cart. And the only thing is like you can see in the video, they actually have to hold them there, because it'd actually be kind of cool if you could just throw them in the basket and the thing just automatically knows and it adds it to your cart. But like the video, they actually have to hold it there.
yeah,
Like so, it's like it's like for 5 to 6 seconds, and then they throw it into the basket. I'm just like, that's not productive or efficient, but I guess it's better than nothing. So, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
especially when you're cooking.
True.
Yeah,
And the worst part is too,
rough.
is like this is like just for people like, I mean, hey, if anyone's interested, sorry, but I mean, this is for dumb shits. Like, how are you gonna forget? Like, when you throw something away, you should kind of have the brain power to remember that you need something from the store. Now you need a machine to tell you, like, hey, by the way, you like cooking oil, you might want to buy some more to cook your shit. Like,
that's the pretty much thing. It's like there's more, our technology gets more, we could just going to just lose basic skills, because the CE is pretty much just for lazy people, because they had this one thing that I didn't have on her, but they had like this thing where it keeps up with your phone and just minor stuff around the house, like a tracking system. I think it's called Tracker ID or something like that.
I saw
You
that.
can just put it on. Yeah, you can just put it on your keys or whatever you just want to keep up with so you won't lose them. Just like, no, just make a mental note. That's why you clean your fucking house. Put everything in a specific order in place. You won't have to find the shit. But it's like that. And then they also showed, at every electronics expo or whatever, they always have the new TVs. And Finn is in this year with these like TVs that's like smaller, like thinner than 2 dimes put together. And it's like, they get really fucking ridiculous with this shit, because it's just like, it'd be easier when you move, because you could just pick up the TV and go. It won't be so awkward with these other TVs now. But the only thing is, it's just like, you get like a child or a baby in the house, are you just fucking clumsy? You knock that shit over, that shit's probably gonna shatter like glass. So hopefully it's like strong material. That's the only thing I worry about with the TVs. So that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, the TV thing, it does look pretty cool as shit, and I don't know, man. I'm just everything for CES. God, I keep calling it CES. They should really find a better name for that shit. But anyways,
3 letters.
But it's like the CE doesn't go together, man.
Going back to the TV thing, one thing that I did find that was actually kind of cool is they were saying like Sony or one of the companies actually working on one, because these TVs are so thin that you actually have to get like another power supply in order to plug in the wires, cables, and audio. What? And they were saying like, because they're so thin. Yeah. So
that
it's
defeats
like, I
the
think they
purpose
sell
of the TV.
Yeah, wait. So they're thin, they're less bulky. You need 2 power supplies.
I don't know. But the thing is,
that giant computer that we saw, the high score, was like 19 pounds and needs 2 power supplies.
The thing is, though, when they come up with these I think Sony is working on TVs where you don't have to do that no more, and they're actually making it where the audio is actually coming through the TV itself. Like it has like speakers within the TV, and it comes through the screen. And I was like, okay, that actually be groundbreaking, because you won't need like no big fucking power supply to connect to your TV. You could just have the TV itself. And they had like these other TVs too that's kind of like mimicking paintings. So I guess there'll be like another way so you could display your images or whatever for pictures or whatever. So it was just like a lot of cool
sound bars. Like they had sound bars, everything built inside that thing, and then you just needed the really thin TV to connect to it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was cool. And then there was one more thing that I can remember, something called Lego Boost for the kids, and it's pretty much like these smart motor sensors where you plug them up to like regular Legos, and like your kids, along with this app, can create like these miniature robots. And it's actually kind of cool, because I think they had something like this when I was a kid. I cannot find it, and I cannot remember what it was. But this is actually kind of cool, and I know Google is actually investing to a lot of toys like this that helps kids actually learn programming skills. Because let's be honest, all of these jobs is getting more and more, like as we get more and more into the future, more manual labor jobs are going to be like a thing of the past. So kids learning how to program now, that's actually going to be beneficial. So why not start now? You know, with shit like they already play with, like Legos and other toys. So that's actually kind of cool. So.
Yeah, no,
That
I would like that, but then again, it's like the big part of it. I don't know. I don't like the idea of someone like control the chat. That's awesome. But I don't like the idea of like someone doing that though, because you know, obviously for me, like the fun is like having imagination, grabbing the toys, making them move around, and like you know, oh boom, you know, like playing with them, having this big like wore out thing. Yeah, to have the machine do it for you, it's like I don't know. It's like we're already too much into phones and too much into computers.
No. I don't think it's gonna do that, but because you still have your imagination to like with Legos to like build whatever the hell you want. Because I mean that's what I did with Legos is just build everything that I wanted to. So just basically is it just maybe make them move like a little bit. It's not gonna make them move fully, obviously, because we don't have the technology for that yet. Yeah, but at least it's some kind of like programming practice for kids, so like it's like easy stuff for them to pick up on this new technology that hopefully. They'll get an interest in when they're older for boys and girls because both play for Legos. So.
Yeah, I feel bad almost talking about all this new technological shit because someone from our crew has been through something really serious lately. Allie.
Hi.
Would you like to testify? Like I don't even know.
Wow. Well, now that you mentioned that TV, I'm like, well, shoot, I'm on the market for a new TV right now.
So I actually didn't even get to hear most of the story because I just remember seeing your text messages like, "Damn it, no, stupid Harley, no." So what exactly happened?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something.
So you guys, seriously, man, like not everyone here, but some of you guys seriously have been like, "Oh, Harley's gonna mess up that TV. She's gonna do it one day. I was gonna have a freak out," and it came. The day finally came. And okay, it's not terrible. Like the TV still works, but I was at work, so I couldn't do anything, which makes me even angrier. But when I was at work, apparently my mom was sitting down having a bowl of soup. Who knows, whatever she was having, and Harley, she has this really horrible habit of barking and kind of going at the TV whenever she sees a dog on the screen. This time she took it a couple of levels further and decided she was going to put her paws up on the entertainment system, push back my PlayStation, which thank God it's still alive. But she pushed back my PlayStation and she decided to put her mouth. I don't know what she did, honestly, but she down her wire, she chipped a hole into the TV in the middle of the screen.
Wait, a hole?
What?
Like a little hole. Yeah. And so now there's like a white light, like white dot in the screen. And it's now bugging the crap out of me. I had to put like an expo marker, like a black marker on the dot, and it made the white light not as prevalent, but it's still pretty bad. And when you get those warranties, protection plans, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Because we paid like $300 for it, and then Best Buy was like, "Well, sorry, it doesn't cover it." My mom was like, "Are you kidding me? Really?" So we basically just wasted our money on. And the worst thing is that like they gave us the impression that it did cover something like this. Because like we, at the time when we were paying for the TV, the guy was asking like, "Oh, do you want to get a 3-year warranty? Or do you want to get a 5-year warranty?" And we were talking to each other like, "Oh, we should probably get that in case Harley does something to the screen." The guy didn't say anything. He just led us to believe that it covered something like that, and then of course find out it doesn't. And so. It's bothering me so much. Like my mom's like, "It's fine, whatever." But I actually found out from my my coworker. He actually said that having a chip in that screen, eventually it's gonna get worse because like the liquid inside the LCD or the LED screen, it's gonna expand. So it's actually like the lifespan's already ruined on the TV now. So basically we have to. Yeah, I have to. I'm saving up for a new TV now because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I love pets.
I just feel sorry for that dog because I know, like you're cool and everything. You're a very nice girl and everything, but I know, like, you're just like treating that dog differently now. Like,
oh man! And when I got home and like my mom didn't even say anything. That's the worst thing. I found out like by myself, like, what's this? I thought, okay, Harley, like she lunged at the screen. She got her nasty slobber all over it. But okay, it's something you can change. I could just wipe off. I wiped off the screen. It was still there, and I was like, what's this? So
are you able to get a wall mount at this point, or like?
We're gonna get a freaking mount. We're gonna mount the TV on the wall so she can't touch it. The next TV we're getting. But it was so funny. Like Harley, when I came back from work, like Harley just had this guilty-looking look on her face. She's like, she gave me those puppy dog eyes, like, hi, how are you? May I take your coat? Can I take your shoes? Can I get you some water?
Fucking dog came over there with like a thing of soup they made for you. Like,
you want some nachos?
Trying to give her a massage.
I swear.
You want some chocolate milk? So, so she had this look on her. When I found out, I was like, man, I was livid. I was angry. I was like, oh my God, I was breaking down. I was going through anxiety attacks. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. This is a new TV. This is, like, everything's ruined. Because the TV, I mean, I know it's not the worst thing to happen. Personal problems, I know. But I don't have a lot to do here in Charlotte. You know, I don't really have anyone I can go out and hang out with. And, you know, my little bit of peace is when I get to sit down and watch a good movie or a television show on my new 4K flat screen TV, you know? Like, I just want like simple things like that. I love watching TV. So now I have this freaking spot on the screen, and it's just ruining everything. And then now I feel like I can't relax and watch a show without my eye always going to that spot because it's dead smack in the middle of the TV.
You were going to tell me on the 4K TV because holy shit.
Seriously. Luckily it was on sale. But still a really nice TV. And it's like, why did you destroy it?
Man, she had quoted like Cruella de Vil when that shit had first broke. She was like, out of everything in this wretched world, all I had was my 4K TV, and now it's ruined.
Seriously, because you know what the worst thing is? Like, I can't really fully enjoy my computer anymore because something happened when I was actually on the plane ride over to Austin that like the screen chipped when it was just closed. It was closed. Nothing. I didn't handle it in a certain way. Yeah, so like my screen just chipped. Like, it's not noticeable. It's definitely not as noticeable as on my TV, and it's not as deep a gash. But like, I notice the black screen every time I'm watching a video. Like, I notice it right now. So I'm like, well, fudge. Well, at least I have my TV, my clear, pristine TV. Nope, not anymore. So,
you know what's funny, though? I just like how there's so much anger in it. She's still able to say, well, you know, I was like, fudge. Like, the stupid TV is broken.
It feels like this
God, really darn.
It's like $1,500 down the drain. Fudge. I think you've earned a fuck now.
No, my mom's still in the house. But
There's no left to give.
But yeah, you know, like, you know, I've gotten over it a little bit. It still bothers me, but you know, it might take me like 6 or 7 months to save up for the TV, next TV, but it's okay because you know what? I found something better. Honestly, like when we went to purchase this TV, I was looking at those LG OLED TVs, and I was like, oh my God, this picture is pristine. Like the Samsung's good, but man, that LG, it was like so crystal clear. It was like looking through a window. I was like, oh my God.
You know, Harley was looking at that too, like, oh yeah, I like that TV too.
Oh yeah,
let me touch it.
Knock that shit down. Give me a better one.
But luckily, like, those TVs came down in price, so I'm like, okay, it's time for me to save up. Maybe, you know, in a couple of months, I'll be like, oh, Harley, this is the best thing you could have ever done. Now we have a better TV. But right now, freaking screw that dog and everything. No, I still love her. Like, it was funny. Was it Ganja? Were you saying like how much you wanted for Harley?
I want at least 1,000.
Yeah, he was like asking like how much you want, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't sell her. I wouldn't do that. I still love her.
You're breaking the next TV, trying to go after a German Shepherd on the television.
And then Ellie is gonna turn into Cruella de Vil. She's gonna be like, woof, woof, woof.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab her coat and put it around me.
Hey, I like a new hat.
It's gonna sell well.
I gotta say though, Adrian posted this picture of this dog. I don't even know how he did that shit. Like, are you sure he didn't use like a barbed wire bat? And fucking...
That shit is hilarious.
He smile too, like.
Yeah.
My dog does that. If she does something wrong, she'll smile. And she doesn't know upper teeth anymore because we had to get them out because she's having bad infections. And it's the funniest thing in the world.
I saw that. I was like, that's fucking funny.
And Harley just has like the biggest puppy dog eyes ever. She's like a grown German Shepherd, but she still has those eyes like, you don't want to be mad at me. You can't resist this face. So like, I can't.
But Jenny, leave and come right back, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I hate that you keep doing this. I know it's annoying.
Fuck this. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, damn 90s.
I really hate doing that, but yeah, I feel like an
I
asshole.
hate when 90s keep posting that.
Oh.
That's exactly how Harley felt when she posted her shit.
That's fucking hilarious. Gary, that's awesome, bro. No, but speaking of TV, we're gonna talk about TV. And actually, guys, I was gonna let this show be pretty long, but Google Hangouts, fuck that shit. This, honestly, right now, I'm trying to see if we'll make sure to keep you guys posted. But this might be our last show on Google Hangouts. I'm very, very serious. Fuck this shit. So, with that said, holy shit, it got worse.
What the hell?
Shit.
I'm back.
I'm so sorry.
Here, let me rate this video quality. -5 stars. It just asked you to rate the quality. Yeah, fuck you. Negative 5.
I know, right?
Hey, Jenny, I think Google Hangouts is racist after you had made that comment. I'm black as fuck. It was like, oh, I'll show you.
I just like how every time I talk shit about Google Hangouts, something else goes wrong. It's almost like, well, fuck you then.
I know, right?
After this, man, we be like, we need to build up better Hangouts.
Okay, fuck you, dude. That's bad.
Oh, my God.
You know what's bad is I was trying not to laugh at that shit because I'm like, he never laughs at my shit. But that shit was still so stupid. I loved it. We will build a better one. Why keep saying bigger? Jesus.
Every hangout will fall.
You gotta do it with the two voices too. You can't have it without the other voice to make it more dramatic. We'll build a better one.
Oh
my god! But no, man, it's flex and chill time. Now, basically, what we do every time we bring this up is we bring up movies or TV shows you guys are watching on any. It's not just Netflix; it's on anything. And yeah, Anthony's just getting down with the sickness. That's cool.
Hey,
oh man, I'm so glad we're doing this tonight because I actually watched. My tongue was like, "Nope, you're not gonna work."
You talked enough.
Man, oh my god, you know what? That brings me up. Like when I was at my work this one day, and like this customer asked me like, "Hey, do you have this size in a small or whatever?" And I'm like, "Okay, let me look in the back." Didn't have it, so I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't have it." And then I just was like, she's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh my god, what did I just do?" I'm like, I couldn't work. She's like, "Okay, wow, thanks."
Rewire it.
I had a malfunction.
Work, damn you.
Hey, you could say it was an L function.
Fuck you.
Anyway, since we're talking about flex and chill, because I know we didn't get to do it
Fuck
last.
you, Anthony.
I know we didn't get to do it last week. This time we're actually going to talk about worst top 3 and top 3 worst and best TVs. But before we do that, because we actually have a person in the Google card that didn't get to do that last week, so Justin, if you will, just very quickly run through the top 3 best films of 2016 and worst.
Okay, well, I mean, worst is a little hard because I followed Double Tested reviews, so I try to avoid most of the bad movies. You know, I have precious little time. I'm just saying. But if I had to pick a top 3 best, it's maybe not what you think. So my number 3 favorite film is Captain America: Civil War.
Okay.
Nice.
which I think that was just the best blockbuster this last year. Just the best action film.
Definitely.
Really, really great.
Yeah.
My number 2 film was La La Land. I really enjoyed that a lot. Has everybody here seen it, by the way?
I saw it.
It's on my
Great
list.
movie.
It's on my list.
Hey,
Excellent.
is this a musical, Justin?
Yes.
Yeah, then it's
Yes,
fucking
but it's-
terrible.
Oh, fuck
Nick,
you, Nick.
it's a musical, but it's not what you think. It's a
Yeah,
very,
give it
like,
a chance.
yeah, trust me.
I was actually surprised. My mom wants to go and see this. I'm like, awesome.
It's
I don't have to
really
see it by
great.
myself.
But my number 1 film... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I just said I ain't got time for this bullshit either, Nick. I support you.
No, but Justin, go ahead, brother.
Okay. My number 1 film, which totally surprised me, was Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That
If
one
you
was
guys
up
haven't
there
seen-
for me, too.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, it is super emotionally wrenching, but it's also like profound in such a weird way. Like it's like the topic itself. Like if you have any kind of thing that's similar to what happens in this movie, it will destroy you, but it will also like super uplift you by the end. It's it's just amazing. And the one that just barely made it off my list, which is my number 4, was Hacksaw Ridge. So.
Oh yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge. You know,
Just
Adrian
gotta
really liked
get
that
one
movie.
more.
One more.
That is really a
Hey,
surprise.
he was really great in that movie.
Yeah, no, it's just really a surprise by Hacksaw Ridge because, like I said, I always say this. We started off the year making fun of this fucking movie from the trailer, like him kicking the grenade. Everybody was just like, "This movie's gonna be trash," and then just seeing like the big movie guys like Justin and then Adrian, like you guys being the big movie guys that you are, coming back and actually saying, "No, this is actually a pretty good damn movie." I'm like, well, it's surprising. Like that has to be one of the bigger surprises for me in 2016 in terms of films. Just because, like, the total switch. So I'm actually glad to hear it, though. Like, nobody wants to see a bad movie. So I'm actually glad to hear that it's actually good.
So I do have a couple, like, my least favorites, if just I'll run through those.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
Okay, so the 3 films that I would, like, if I had to pick 3 films that I absolutely hated watching the entire time, let's see, The Secret Life of Pets. I barely made it through that movie.
What the
fuck?
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. That movie was boring as turd. It's nothing happens. You know, Sing is a better movie.
Let's get this motherfucker out to the show, bro.
Damn.
I bet this motherfucker
Okay.
liked Rogue One. No, I'm just playing.
No, he didn't. That's another reason to kick his ass.
Go ahead, Justin.
Well, my other one, my second least favorite was Batman vs Superman, which I've still not seen Suicide Squad, so I can't say that's worse or better.
You're
but
not missing much.
It's worse.
that's why I haven't.
Yeah.
So.
I say see it.
The one that surprised me the most, where I can't even say it's my least favorite, but it was my least. It was the one that I came out with absolutely zero reaction to. Was X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Like literally, I just
Yeah.
walked out of there like I literally wasted 2 hours watching nothing on screen. It was just that boring.
No, like it's such a disappointment too because I had also put that on my worst of list too. I can't remember if it was number 1. No, number 1 was actually The Accountant, but it was actually put number 2.
Really?
And I really did not like The Accountant because it was
Plus,
just so.
it has so much potential too, man.
It had that trailer was fucking fantastic. It was so good.
Like, was it a case of the trailer misleading you into the film?
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said in my last week, I said we got a better film in that trailer than what we actually saw on screen because The Accountant was totally not what you thought it was because you thought it was going to be a clever little espionage movie a little bit, and it was just beats by number. And Ben Affleck, we all know that he's a great actor. Like he was the best things about Batman versus Superman, but even with that, it was bad, and he was a bad actor in it. So it was just like it was just terrible. But no, going back to X-Men Apocalypse. It was disappointing because everybody loved First Class. And I know people are split on Days of Future Past, but it was actually not bad. And just to see Bryan Singer, because didn't he do the other ones too? The actual good X-Men movies? Didn't Bryan Singer
Well,
do
he
good?
did the first 2 and then Days of Future Past. So.
Okay, yeah. So he's actually good at doing this. And then just to see him drop the ball with this so bad with such a great character, in my opinion, because I know a lot of people don't like Apocalypse and X-Men, but I actually love him. And just to see him drop the ball with such a great character, to me, it's just like, it's really disappointing. Like, you guys were so good. It's really disappointing. So,
yeah, Days of Future Past was actually one of my favorites. I know people talk shit about Days of Future Past.
I love it.
I really like it too.
Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, so I think it's that time. So he gave us. Oh, somebody else talking?
I said it was shit. And you have a shit opinion.
Oh. Thank you. No,
Sniping.
no. Hey, did you like Luke Cage? I won. Okay, but
No.
anyways.
You're right, Nick. No, you're right.
No, but yeah, man. And by the way, too, no one's talking about Luke Cage anymore. Which, by the way, are we gonna get into our TV
let's
shows
get
now?
into
Actually?
the TVs. Like, I just wanted just to get that out of the way, and just to give people time to think. I would actually go first with mine. You know what? I actually do my best first, because I want to best, because I only have one for worst. But Stranger Things, because I actually forgot that came out this year. I was just like, wait a minute, that did come out this year. And Stranger Things. I can't say what has already been said about Stranger Things. It was fucking amazing. And I can't wait for season 2, which is coming out this year, hopefully. So that's going to be fucking fantastic. So, oh my God. Stranger Things is amazing. I know a lot of people
I will watch this too, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend it. I know one thing that you didn't like too much, Nick, but I love me and 90s love. And thank you to Ruthless for actually getting me to watch it at all. But I watched the other seasons, and season 3 of it actually came out this year, and Black Mirror. And I know a lot of people that watched some of it, that's a fan of Black Mirror. They said that the season 3 wasn't actually as strong as the other seasons. I still think, but the funny thing about Black Mirror, even some of its quote-unquote weaker episodes are still fucking amazing television. So I highly recommend Black Mirror. I recommend the entire series, but season 3, because it's an anthology, so you can pretty much just start anywhere. But I recommend just watching all of them. Just really,
made
really
me
good.
cry like a little girl.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
which episode was your favorite?
Out of season 3 or like the entire series, or just
the season 3, just for this.
Season 3, I really liked what is the one with the army one? A Man Against Fire.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Man Against Fire. I like the concept of Nosedive, where they took it. It was kind of a little bit on the nose, but I like the concept. I know the pun. No, but and a lot of the I know 90 said his favorite was Playtest. That was actually a pretty good episode. And the last episode that was actually pretty good. Hatred of a Nation was actually not too bad. But yeah, it was not as strong as the other ones, because still one of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror of all time is going to be White Bear and White Christmas. Those are 2 fucking fantastic episodes, but I really recommend Black Mirror. And then my last one, this one is actually, it came out this year, and it's actually a part of the anime lineup, but Keijo. Okay,
what the fuck?
Hear me out.
Jesus Christ.
No, Nick, what do you always say? You say it's not about being the most fucking critically acclaimed story or whatever. It's about entertainment at the end of the day, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
it's always about entertainment. Are you entertained? This shit entertained the fuck out of me. Oh my God. And it's not even the simple fact, of course, it's going to be hot anime chicks with boobs and ass.
Gee, what the fuck? I hate this.
No, American Ninja Warrior and shit like that. But it's the funny thing about it is, granted, what the plot is actually a very engaging. The action, like, is really well animated for one. And it's just like, why would you animate this so well? 2, the sound design is amazing. When they collide with each other, the impact of sound effects they use, I want just that shit like on a Betamax disc or just CD. Like, can I just get those sound effects? Because that shit was like amazing. The sound design is amazing.
You like the sound design of asses slamming into each other?
The sound effects. Nick, come on, man. Like, we both like Transformers. Come on, give me some fucking slack.
No, I can't, because...
No, fuck you.
That's pissing me off, actually.
No, Nick, I defend you when they fuck with you about those Transformers movies.
But you don't laugh at my puns, though, you motherfucker.
No,
damn, did you suck on helium? Holy shit.
No, I can have my cake joke.
Thank you, Allie. Sounds exactly like that.
And Grant, and y'all just like you doing what
Someone hit the dog.
Hey, we're done.
That should actually be offensive to ganja. Oh man, no,
more like Alan.
Y'all doing everything like y'all looking at it for just what it is. The plot, I agree with you. It's fucking stupid as shit. I'm not defending that. It's fucking stupid. But when you look at the production around this particular show, it's like, well, shit, they did a good job. Like I said, well animated. It sounds amazing. And the dub, the American dub, is actually not that bad. I recommend it. If you need something stupid to watch or something fun to watch some Keijo. It's awesome.
Also, too, you guys can check out Pornhub. It's you can watch actual like the sex
You
acts.
can.
It's full on like just straight up sex.
Hey, you can, but one thing that Pornhub doesn't have that Keijo does, it has fucking Ninja Warrior type action anime.
I bet I could type that bitch in right now and put Ninja Warrior dick and ass, and I could find something. All right.
Whoa.
You might find something you don't want to watch. There.
Keep that safe search on, buddy.
I'm just saying.
Safe search.
If China can do porn, porn can do anything. Like, just saying.
No, that's the funny thing about Keijo. It's not porn. Like, it has those like features and stuff like that, but it's fucking. I love it for the action.
It's not porn, but it has porn elements.
Plot. It's got really hard plot.
Yeah. No.
Really
And do you also like the game Dead or Alive as well?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Nick! Okay, I ain't defending your ass again.
Wow.
Anthony, you finally learned the lesson I learned 4 or 5 months ago.
Out of all people in his fucking hangouts, I thought Nick would actually understand because me and him come to an agreement on some shitty fucking movies. And yeah, he leaving me out in the dryer. Fuck you, man.
Look at that shit.
He's telling you in the trenches take grenades.
I won't hear this shit from you.
Dude, you put
Nick,
that shit over.
not hear this shit from
You
you.
put that shit over Stranger Things, bro.
I didn't put it over Stranger
Yeah.
Things. Did I say they had a number?
Oh my god.
Did I say they had a number? I just said they're the cool.
Oh, you didn't have a number. They're just all
I didn't
very
have a
good.
number. See, you motherfucker don't even
And that's the end of the show. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Who's fucking next?
I can go next.
Go ahead, Allie.
All right, so best of 2016.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying that shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anywho, I have to say, definitely Stranger Things. Definitely like my favorite. I had to show it to my mom, and she loved it too. She can't keep singing this "Should I Stay or Should I Go" song. Seriously, it's getting annoying. But next, I would definitely have to say another Netflix show, The Crown.
Oh yeah.
Freaking
I want to watch
love
that.
it.
It's so good.
Yes. Ganja and I and Alan, we all we watched it together, and it was just amazing all the way through. So
I tried watching this.
yeah, and like the production value is through the roof. It really feels like it's just like I don't know how many episodes it is, but it just feels like a movie, like a 6 or 8 or 10-part movie, or however long it is. Same with Stranger Things, definitely. And I would definitely say Westworld was freaking awesome. And it just captivated me. I think it had some slow parts, but seriously, like when it got going, I was like, oh man, I can't wait until next week. Like I would definitely like intentionally not watch like 2 episodes, like 2 weeks worth, so I could just have 2 to go back to back, because it's just so good, and I was just so interested. Just when it had me out, all of a sudden, oh my god, it brought me back in. So I cannot wait for season 2. So those are definitely my best 3.
All right, cool. I don't know. I'll let somebody else go. Anybody else got anything?
Oh, honorable mention before somebody else go. Honorable mention Atlanta. Didn't that come out in 2016?
Yeah. It was. It is very good.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. But
And it's not any. Is he on any streaming things right now or no?
I want to say it is.
It's on. I want to say it's on Netflix now.
Okay.
Is that
Cool. And here's the thing too, like I gotta really like stretch this, because many people don't agree with some of the. I talk a lot of shit basically. Like I think Luke Cage, you gotta be really into super comic booky shit or be black to enjoy it, and I feel like that's the thing with a lot of different shows. Like you gotta be white to like this, you gotta be Mexican to like this. This show right here is not like a black show. Like there's black people in it, but this is like a show that anybody can enjoy, and it's really rare to see a show done in this way where it's like. It's really, really good. Anybody can like this. It doesn't matter what kind of humor you're into. It doesn't matter what kind of like, what I mean? It's just, yeah, I really like the show. I haven't seen the entire season, so, if something's shitty at the end, my bad. I didn't see that part. But I can't stretch. This is a very, very good show to watch, and it's time-wise, too. It doesn't last, like, so fucking long where you're like, oh, my God, get to the fucking point. It's very short. It's very fast-paced. I dig it. So, yeah.
Ruthless? Go ahead, Ruthless.
Yeah. Well, my top 3, and then I'll give the one that I fucking hated this year. Number 3, it was really difficult, so I have to give honorable mention to the Get Down because it doesn't make this list. But top 3, starting at number 3, is Issa Rae's Insecure on HBO. Amazing comedy, beginning and end. It's only 8 episodes. Really gets into this very interesting, just people in their late 20s, early 30s, dealing with life. Doesn't really, in the same way Atlanta just kind of explores a different aspect of relationships and sort of what we've become as adults in our modern society in a comedic fashion while dealing with the main character, Issa Rae's characters, personal insecurities in different parts of her life. Thought it was really well acted. Definitely got a lot of really interesting looks at not just how she interacts with her sexual relationships, but also with her friendships and her work environment. I really enjoyed it. It's my number 3. Number 2 is Westworld. Like Ali was saying earlier, Westworld's amazing. It had some confusing points to be confusing, and I was a little put off that like I guessed exactly what was happening in the very first episode as we were watching it on Rabbit. So it didn't make number 1 because of stuff like that. But overall, I thought it was really well acted. I thought it was a beautifully shot TV show, and I'm sad we're gonna have to wait basically 2 years to get some more of it. But number 1, and this may surprise a lot of people, number 1 is the Grand Tour.
I've been wanting to watch that. I started watching that actually.
Yeah, I'm a giant fan of Top Gear when Clarkson, Hammond, and May were still on. And so when I found out that they were going to go to Amazon, I was hyped for the return of the boys. I wanted to see them get back to their usual antics. And true to form, they have been that in every single episode. I know this only barely qualifies because it barely started in 2016, but it's a new location every episode. It's a funnier version of what they were doing when they were on Top Gear. They've got the cars back. They've got the jokes back. It's the camaraderie. It's like honestly, it's like being here on the Midnight Chat Attack. Like I enjoy the Midnight Chat Attack because I enjoy the people that are on here. I love the Grand Tour because I enjoy the 3 of them talking about cars and car related stuff. And with them having basically free reign on Amazon Video now, you can't beat it. You honestly go check it out. If you want to learn stuff about cars, go watch a different show. This is a show for people who already kind of know what they're talking about and just want to laugh at, in general. You can show this to somebody who isn't into cars and they'll laugh and enjoy the jokes as well. So number 1 this year for me, the Grand Tour.
Damn. So it's the Midnight Chat Attack. Who's the Nick Diaz of the show?
Oh, fuck.
Usually, honestly, usually that's James May that ends up being the Nick Diaz of the show. He kind of shares some Nick, some Anthony. It's a back and forth mix.
I know they ain't got
so at least I know who the asshole is.
Hey, we still win at the end of the day. We got compared to one of his favorite shows in 2016. I take that as a win.
I'm flattered.
Yeah. If you don't watch it, honestly, Nick and Anthony, you will be like, okay, I kind of get it now. Like,
actually, I was gonna say, I always found Top Gear to be boring as fuck, but recently I watched the guy who plays Mr. Bean. He was on with Jeremy Clarkson. Bean. Say what?
No, Mr. Bean. I fucking love Mr. Bean.
Oh, me too. I love Mr. Bean, dude. And he did something.
I had to think. Am I underwater again?
Yes.
Yeah,
you're underwater.
You have been for a while.
Good shit.
I'm sorry. You have been for a while, though. And I just didn't want to make you leave again, but yeah, I apologize.
And my worst of is actually the one that Chris just posted in the chat, The Man in the High Castle Season 2. Season 2 was good to me.
No.
Like, Season 1 was a great show, even though it was a little slow and pace and boring at parts. Season 2 is just shit to me. I'm sorry.
You just hurt
I hated it every single
You
time.
hurt me too.
You heard him.
I love the show. I hated the second season, and I realize it's because they lost their showrunner. That showrunner had a very interesting what if fascism became normalized in America the same way racism was essentially. How would everyday people react to dealing with the issues of it? And I thought that was a really interesting premise going through the first season. Yes, he could have picked up the pace a bit, and it would have been better. But season 2, they lost sight of that and turned every person who was a Nazi in some fashion was turned into this caricature of what they were in the first season. And everyone else became these holier than thou freedom fighters that just come on, there's no nuance to that. The great thing about the first season was that nuance at the beginning, in the first season, that, all right, I kind of understand why this person, based on what they know about themselves and the world around them, becomes a Nazi. I kind of understand why this person, because the world around them is working, in the resistance or otherwise trying to escape from Nazis. I get that. And in the second season, they just tossed it all away to be kitschy and fast food Nazism, essentially. It's not as interesting to me.
Okay.
Ruthless. Why you gotta be so ruthless, man?
Oh, you son of a bitch! I knew you were gonna do that shit.
That's how you do the pun, bitch.
You said so.
Popularity contest winning motherfucker. That's because you get everybody all high and drunk all the time. You fucking drunk, dude. I hate this shit. I hate that. No, talk shit about my puns. No, fuck this motherfucker.
He just pulled like a wrestling cheap ass pop. Yeah, in Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah, Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley.
The Mick Foley of the Midnight Chat Attack.
No, Ganja's the Rock, actually. Finally, the Ganj has come back to the Midnight Chat Attack. Do you want some of what the Ganj is smoking? Nah.
Fuck yeah.
I guess that works before everybody continue on to their best and worst, because I know we got to get Rashad and Justin and stuff like that. Because I only have just one. Because I was just so... Just bad. It's bad. I already gave my good list, but bad because I was just so like hyped for it. I love Daredevil. I love Jessica Jones. Both of them was actually good. I actually think Daredevil season 1 was actually stronger than season 2, but season 2 is still not that bad. But Luke Cage, that show was a mess. That show it was so bad. It was not good. And the only interesting thing that they had in there, you don't see him that very long. So it was bad. And like I said this in my movie thing when I was talking about the top movies. Zootopia is an honorable mention. I don't think it was one of the best. I don't know if it was one of the best, but I said Zootopia tackles that whole race issue 10 times better than Luke Cage does. And Luke Cage is actually in that environment, and it should tackle that better. But when they did the whole hoodie thing, I just felt like they was beating me over the head, even though I guess it did make story and plot sense. But it felt too heavy-handed to me. And like I said, the show is just all over the place. The villains, their motivation seemed to wane to me. And that ending fight scene, that climax was, oh my God. That shit was bad. That shit, like Nick said, that shit was literally Friday with Ice Cube. Bad.
Who want more Debo? Who want more Diamondback?
Diamondback, man. That shit was so bad. But yeah, that has to be my worst. Just because I was so amped up and excited for it. Because that trailer, again, the trailer was amazing for it. So. Rashad, you go ahead next, buddy. Best of TV.
Okay, for my best of, we're doing 3, right?
Yeah, 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 3. For one of my best of, I'm gonna give honorable mention to Penny Dreadful because you guys were the ones who got me into that. This is the first year I'd ever watched, 2016, first year I ever watched Penny Dreadful or anything like it. And I really enjoyed it. Like, and to be somebody that is into like Victorian age, and creatures like, vampires or werewolves, stuff like that, I was kind of surprised myself that I didn't even like pick up on this, like on my own, like just like scrolling through the channels and like, oh, let me watch this. I learned it from you guys. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I binged this the entire way through. I was kind of sad to know that they weren't going to do any more, but I got into it late. It is what it is. So I can't say I was a long time fan of it, but I certainly loved the hell out of this show. But number 3, I'm going to put at I can't remember what season it was, season 6 or whatever the very last season of Game of Thrones was. This was probably season 6. Thank you. The very best season of Game of Thrones that we have had in the past couple of years. Like that's what I think of like this past season. Like everything that we've ever wanted them to do, they not only did they do it, but they're starting to build up to doing more of what we want to see. Like we got to see family reunite. We got to see the biggest bastard on TV get torn apart in the most righteous way that we would ever love to see him get torn apart. And yeah, I love the show for doing this for us. My number 2 show is definitely gonna go to for Netflix, Orange is the New Black, the last season, season 4. That show
Yeah, you're
probably
at season
ripped my
4
heart
already,
out.
man.
Yeah, season 4. That show probably ripped my heart out more than any other show that has this past year. It was a very. It wasn't like sad, but
The way it happened, though, I think I know what you're talking about. But are we allowed to say spoilers on this, y'all?
No.
No.
I don't want to because it's so big. I don't want to say. But you've seen it, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah. It's okay, yeah. It's just for me the way it happened seemed so like WWE-ish. Like it just seemed so like, yeah, you could make that look more brutal.
I can give it to you the way it happened. Yeah, it was kind of WWE-ish, but yeah, the fact that it did happen is what like just hurt me. Like that was like the most major thing about it.
And they acted on the crew, man. They're fucking like when they act and they're crying or doing something like that. Shit gets you like that. Yeah, it's really good. Great actors. I don't like the show, but the actors are fucking awesome. They're all gonna be doing some good shit soon.
That show got some great plot, and I'm not talking about the regular plot either.
Anthony.
I'm all for it.
Those lesbian scenes. That's all I'm gonna say is just top quality.
Oh my god, seriously. You know what's the funniest thing is that my dad finally got Netflix. And so I was talking to him on the phone, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, the first thing I looked at was Orange Is the New Black." I'm like, "No!"
Yeah, going right for
like the first ever like scene is like the main character getting down on her girlfriend. I'm like, no.
The one scene in every episode.
Pretty much. Like, oh god, no.
Well, see, that's what turns me off from it too.
I didn't much care for it. I thought the characters' backstories were interesting, but I don't think I would continue it. I'm like, oh my god.
No, but it's got backstories. Yeah, I want to get some of that backstory too.
Probably still watching.
But that's the thing. That's a big thing for me as far as these shows go. Is when there's not enough going on because it all takes place in the prison and then like sometimes elsewhere, like some girl like in her apartment, shit like that, and crazy stuff. But anyways, they don't have nothing to do, so they had to put sex in there to take up like 5 minutes per episode. And at the total end of the season, you get about an hour and a half's worth of like of softcore porn. And it's like, yeah, sorry, but there's websites for that shit. Tell me a story. Show me a show. Like, fuck that. Like, that's the shit that pisses me off. That's what Game of Thrones does. That's a lot of other shit does. It fucking irritates me. And that's the end of my rant. I'm sorry.
Rashad, go ahead and give your worst of if you have it, if you're ready.
My absolute worst of is, sorry, Birdman, I know you like this show, Arrow. That's gonna go.
Yeah, fuck that show.
I'm sorry, especially like the last season 4, not the one that's on TV now, but the one that went away. That was an absolute piece of shit. Not only because I was thinking about making Walking Dead my worst of, but I at least like Negan. Like, I'm a fan of The Walking Dead. I at least like Negan. I will at least go and watch him. There isn't a single goddamn character that I am willing to give exception to on Arrow. They are all unbearable. Oliver is a whiny piece of shit. Felicity even more so. Diggle, he's cool, but he plays the background brother that always folds his arms and nods to everything that Oliver says. It's so awful, and especially the season finale had to be one of the worst season finales I have ever seen for a TV show ever. For a show that usually has pretty good choreography, your final fight boils down to your villain and your hero repeatedly punching each other back and forth. No fancy moves, no flips, no kicks, not even an arrow shot. This show is called The Goddamn Arrow, but you barely see anybody shooting fucking arrows in this show. Like,
Rashad, just quick question. Did you like the whole Fortnite special event when they did the whole crossover? Did you like that?
That was the only time I watched it, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the highest ratings it ever had, like during that show, because that's when anybody chose to watch this show. The last time I watched Arrow was season 2, and that was, I watched season 3, but that was like when I noticed the downfall. The best one was season 2 when Deathstroke was on there. That's also because he's one of my favorite villains, though.
That
but
makes me want to
that
watch
really
it,
was
actually,
the best
the fact
one.
that you said that.
I would say watch
good.
season 1 and season 2 and then stop. Don't go no further.
Oh man.
Just watch Flash.
Man, I always thought that Arrow was just like the writers thought they were writing for Batman.
Arrow is Batman.
That's exactly where the show went wrong. That's exactly where the show went wrong. Arrow has such a good history to him that they could adapt to it, but they're choosing to copy Batman like in every turn that they take. Like, granted, Deathstroke has fought Arrow. I will give them that. but there's no way in hell Ra's al Ghul will pay
Thank
attention
you.
to
I'm
anything
like, what the heck
does.
is he doing in the show?
Like, this is bullshit.
Like, what? Man, you know what I love about Oliver Queen, though? Like, in the comics, this is, sense of humor. And he's just like, Arrow in the show, he's just so freaking straight-faced all the time. Like Bruce Wayne or Batman. It's just like,
Even
it
as
just
a Batman
ruins it.
voice.
It's unbearable. I'm not sure whether to blame the writing or the actor. And after seeing Ninja Turtles 2, I'm kind of wanting to blame the actor.
Yeah, he's not a good actor. Even though I actually liked to turn Ninja Turtles too. So yeah, it was what it was.
Well, you know what? Just think about this. I'm watching 90210 with my mom right now, the updated version on the CW. Both actors, like the guy who plays Arrow and the guy who plays Flash, both originated on 90210.
What?
Oh, shit.
Just to let you guys know.
Yeah,
That's where we're going.
That says a lot.
W, everybody.
Ganja Guru, you are next, my friend.
I had to say it, but everyone kind of chose mine already. Ali, you said it. My first one is The Crown. For all the reasons she said, I love the action. And for me, I'm a huge history buff, so I actually went back and looked up some of the family's history. And they got a lot of it pretty right about what was going on, especially, the dynamic between the two sisters. I don't want to get too much to it because it's spoiler territory. But besides that, I really appreciated what they were able to do with that storyline. And that showed the different changes that were going on with England and the political system that was going on at the time, after World War II. So I appreciate that. Man in the High Castle, I know you hated Rashad, but I loved it up until the last ending.
That was Rufus, damn it. That wasn't me.
Racist.
Wow, because we totally sounded like
first Nick, now you. Come on, guys.
We don't even have the same accent. Come on now.
Hey, Ganja, vote for that Nicker hangout. No.
Stop
How do I come back from that, Anthony cocksucker? No, but sorry, Rashad. I know you didn't like it, but I actually appreciate what they were doing in the season. Especially that they, some of the main characters that you were looking forward to seeing how the system will continue after they pass and see how that dynamic went. I understand what you're saying, that it was a little bit more gentrified for audiences. I guess they were trying to get newcomers to come in because the first season was so much popular. They were trying to keep that going, but the biggest throwout for me was the ending because that shit was a little ridiculous. But throughout the whole time I was watching it, I was very highly entertained, so I put it the second. And then my third was a documentary called The 13th, which is basically it says how the drug war has turned into basically a form of slavery, especially with certain communities being heavily policed, and it shows how you get a certain, even the smallest drug charge can keep you from having a career and most likely guarantee you to go back into the system. And it shows how the history of the drug war started between Nixon, Bill Clinton, and of course Reagan. And it's very fascinating. They go through a lot of statistics what was happening at the time that you really don't hear about.
TV though, it's technically a movie, isn't it?
Oh, it's a documentary on Netflix, so I'm counting it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because it's on Netflix, is it documentary? Is it?
Oh, it's a documentary movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, talking about movies or shows, Ganja?
That was a movie. It's not. It doesn't have parts or different episodes. It was a movie.
Oh, I don't think we ever asked Ganja what his movies were because was he here last week?
Oh yeah.
Was he here?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I don't think so.
No, I was out with the family. Put a
That's right,
Halloween
he
sign.
wasn't here.
Yeah,
Goddamn,
okay, well,
yeah.
shit. Damn, we can get a Ganja chunk right now. Because, okay, so let you continue with the movies, man. What's number 2 for your movies?
For movie-wise, Civil War was fucking amazing. I love the Spider-Man scene and the way they had the heroes fight, but they still were able to keep it emotional. I didn't feel like they were doing a video game fight. That's what I was worried about the character, especially with the CGI running around the whole time, or especially with Ant-Man. I was worried it was going to turn up to a boss battle you see from PlayStation 3 or God of War. And then my third movie, I know Justin, you hate it, but fucking Rogue One was amazing. That was the best movie of 2016.
I don't hate it.
You don't like it, therefore you hate it. This is the internet, bitch.
Okay,
fanboy.
To be fair, Ganja, do you think you really like that movie just because you are such a fan of the Star Wars mythos?
Oh no, I'm a Star Wars whore. So yeah I'm biased like a motherfucker.
So yeah.
One thing to talk about too, we're going to do Star Wars tonight, but I'm actually going to end the show after this talk. So once again, postpone Star Wars talk some other time. I'm kind of happy about that.
Thank you, sweet babies. Jesus.
Sorry. No, because one thing I will say, I tried to watch Rogue One this morning. That fucking first 30 minutes, it's already some old bullshit. I
fuck you, Nick.
I fucking hate this movie already. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, and maybe I have to go to the movie theater. I mean, if my mom will pay for my ticket as well, we'll both go. But I'm not paying for that shit. And if she takes me, then I'll watch it the whole way. But I'm telling you, as far as right now, I don't want to make it to the end. I got more important shit to do than that fucking Rogue One.
No, you need to watch it. But like the ending battle is like the best part of the movie. You gotta keep watching it.
I'll fast forward.
And it would take 2 hours.
Fast forward.
No, but then you'll miss the development.
Oh.
And then the next movie that comes out, Rogue 2, they're gonna undo the development. Like, I'm telling people, when we get to Star Wars, when we get to Star Wars, people, it's gonna be a heated fucking discussion. I think I might name the show Star Wars Discussion instead of the mystery. Like, it's gonna be a war.
Nick gonna be like, "Bitch, I'm black as fuck. I don't like that."
That's still Jenny's catchphrase.
Guys.
I'm going to make a T-shirt with Jenny's face on it. Like, yeah, I'm black as fuck.
I'm black as fuck.
I'm gonna go ahead, man.
Oh no, man, I'm pretty much done. Like, I don't have a worst movie because I avoided all those fuckers because I take y'all opinion.
Motherfuckers think y'all too good for worst movies, man. Fuck y'all. Just think ahead.
Real quick, between stuff, I forgot to say, Narcos season 2. Narcos season 2 was
okay.
I'm surprised. Ganja didn't say that. Don't you love Narcos, Ganja?
I watched so many documentaries of Pablo Escobar, and I live like maybe like 20 blocks from one of his mansions that just recently got torn down. So like as a Floridian, you kind of get told his story just from living there. So it's like it's kind of like backtracking for me.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So Justin, your best, and then tell us your worst for TV.
Ooh, this is a tricky one. I mean, again, I'm very selective with what I watched this year because I was just busy. But if I had to pick, let's see, honorable mentions. I still haven't finished Better Call Saul yet, but I really liked what I saw. So season 2 of Better Call Saul. Well, I mean, I just haven't.
Entertain him.
Even catch it at first.
Don't feed the troll.
No, Allie, you said that shit was good. You know that shit was good. God damn it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyways, honorable mention, just without the way, just because I don't want to repeat everyone else's list. Game of Thrones, I'll put on my honorable mentions, but I really, really, really loved this season. It was very good. So then number 3, I really, really loved Silicon Valley this year. If anyone else is watching that comedy,
I need to check it out. I want to.
Okay, no, I mean go ahead.
This season was good. I like this season. This season was actually one of the better seasons. I agree.
Yeah, no, I thought it was just great. I liked all the new characters. I thought it ended on a really good note. I kind of hope that they change up the way the story goes because it seems like it's always the same general structure, but it's still fun getting there. And I will say that Thomas Middle.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying. I think Thomas Middleditch really stepped up his game this year as being the lead of this show. Like he was really good this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 2. I'm not sure how many other people saw this, but the one miniseries that really got me this year, except for my number 1 pick, was The Night Manager on AMC. Which that show was great. I mean, it's a really solid John le Carré spy thriller. Just basically, for anyone who doesn't know, it's this guy who's a night manager at a hotel comes across a plot to sell weapons to a international arms dealer, who's played by Hugh Laurie, House himself. And it's Tom Hiddleston who's the main character. So it's all this like cat and mouse thriller technique stuff with them trying to outmaneuver each other. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and AMC, man, let's just put that out there now. AMC is doing so fucking good. I love everything they're doing right now. Like, that's something Into the Badlands, that karate, like, you know.
I thought that was bad.
I tried to watch that. I just couldn't get into it.
No, you know what's funny is, like, when you guys say, like, I heard that's bad, we hear from as a Double Tosa community, and they're all full of shit. Every one of them. Like,
the man again who loves
pick and
Transformers.
choose motherfuckers.
Oh, exactly, Alex.
Hey, Nick, I would save you, but fuck you.
I don't need no saving. I don't need. All hail Megatron, you motherfuckers! Like,
oh hell, Michael Bay!
Explosions!
Oh god.
No, but Justin, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
No worries, that was funny. But my number one show, I've been talking about it all year. I really just fell in love with the show. It's The People versus O.J. Simpson.
Okay,
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
you, man.
that's on mine too.
God, I knew someone was gonna say that shit.
Oh, it's great. What are you talking
It
about?
is. I agree with you, Justin.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just think that it's, it does have a few things where it didn't work, only in the sense that, a couple of the actors were a little bit mismatched. They weren't bad in their roles. But in terms of just writing, directing, production values, it's the strongest single thing that Ryan Murphy's done, like the showrunner. And it's just, it took a thing that I thought I knew really well and added new dimension to it. And it actually makes me want to go and watch that other documentary, the OJ, whatever that 10-hour one was that just came out.
Oh, I heard that.
The 30 for 30.
Yeah, I hear that's great. So, I mean, if it's anything like this, I can't wait. But yeah, this show, I was hooked from episode 1, and I binge watched it all the way to the end. It was that good.
Yeah, this is in my top 10.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Huh, I actually gotta watch that. I'm actually curious. What about worst? Any worst? Any 1, 2?
I do have one. I really fell off the show, which is so sad. I loved every season up to this point, but they changed showrunners. And apparently they only took the notes that, what do people laugh at? People cussing and making sex jokes. It was.
What is the show called again?
Veep.
Veep?
Oh.
Veep?
Yeah, it's weird. Veep on HBO.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's weird because everyone else loved this season, and I couldn't see what people liked about it. It was dumb. It was contrived. They added a bunch of new characters that weren't funny. It felt like they missed the point of the show this season. And I'm in the minority here, but I couldn't stand this season.
Julia, what's her name? From Seinfeld. She's in this, right? Elaine Benes?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
there she
she's
is.
awesome as always. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, because she got some kind of Emmy from one of the older seasons, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know this. Maybe I should go back and check this out.
She's won every season the show's been on, so she's got 4 wins in a row.
God damn.
She's that good. She's that good.
Probably not.
I don't know. It's hard to say because it depends on if people liked. What Actually, she did win this year, didn't she?
I don't know. Wait, did the Emmys for this year already?
Yeah, because this year was this season.
Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. They have. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forget about the Emmys. I don't know the rules on that shit.
I know.
I just remember the Golden Globes are on tomorrow night, so because I'm totally into it.
Oh yeah.
But no, man. Yeah, V. But that's your only. I'm kind of surprised. That's your only bad one.
Well, I avoid bad TV shows because I have too much time to to do stuff. So that's my most disappointing, if I would say.
Okay, now I'll go through mine really, really quick. So, bad-wise, I'll start off with DareDevil. Here's the thing. I didn't see season 2. Like, Justin says, like, he doesn't have time to watch these things. I don't have time at all to even watch good things. So, it's like, I didn't watch the whole season of DareDevil. But after 3 episodes of this show doing so much stupid shit, like, it's a blind dude. First of all, he's blind, but then when I tell this to people, like, in the chat, they always tell me, no, he's actually not blind. He can see. He's just sort of blind.
Do you watch the show?
No, I literally just said it. I literally just said it. Like, I just said it. Like, I didn't watch the whole
the first season entirely.
How many episodes you had to get through it to find out why?
Maybe you should give it a season before you freaking touch the whole
But I have a life, Allie.
Well, too bad.
Then that's
Then keep your mouth shut.
Now I'm gonna talk some more shit. So, no, the thing is like when you watch this show, when you watch any show, by the way, like that's a bad rule that you have to watch 10 hours of programming. I mean, this show is an hour episode, and it's like, what, 12 episodes, 13 episodes?
It's serialized storytelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And multiple people write and direct. So, yeah, there'll be some weak spots, but you have to give the whole thing a chance.
It's weak for episodes in a row, sweetheart. Episodes in a row.
Nick.
It's amazing. Okay, and by the way, really quick, and by the way, everything you guys are saying to me right now, you guys are going to talk shit when I say my best, and I'm going to be like, but guys, you should watch every single piece of it before you say anything bad about it. I'm like, if you listen to music, I don't like jazz, but I should listen to every single jazz song in the history of jazz songs to be able to say it's bad or not. It's like, you guys are full of shit, all of y'all. But anyway,
You're comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bubble. So, anyways,
What?
I can't hear it. Your things all messed up against me. But anyways,
Fuck!
I know. That's God punishing you. But anyways, The Crown. That's another one. I'm sorry, y'all, but I got through 6 episodes.
Oh, fuck you. No.
That fucking show is people walking around talking the whole fucking time. Here, let's go over here. There's scenes where they're driving in the passenger side of the fucking seat, in the back seat, looking at fucking scenery as they drive and no dialogue's being had. And I know that it's emotional, but it's like, dude, like, I don't care if it's real. I don't care if it's based on a true story, which, by the way, if it's a true story, it's already spoiled. Do some research. Read some history. Why watch this fucking show? Read a book. God damn it to fucking hell. This show fucking sucks. Yes.
I now understand.
Maybe if they threw in a few more explosions for you.
You know what? I'm done arguing with him. He
That's
just,
a good
I know.
idea.
I'm just gonna.
Nick is trolling.
right now. Just
Nick is like
Yeah.
a moderator at the haters ball. Hate.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's really, really bad. You know, I'm not trying to be a contrarian either. I try to sit through it. Granted, when I say these things, I admit I didn't see the entire season, and I don't know what you want me to do with The Crown. Should I wait to the very finale to be like, well, that was a good 10 hours wasted. At least I got my opinion out there. Fuck that. I got things to do. Fuck that show. Don't waste your time. Read a fucking book. You get more out of it that way anyways.
Nick.
Number 1, the worst fucking show I've ever seen this year. I do not know what the fuck people's deal with this is, but Luke Cage. I fucking hate Luke Cage. I despise. I fucking loathe. I wish it never existed. I hate people who like the show. It's so fucking bad. Dude, when you watch the show, they literally make rules. Oh, he's bulletproof. They make a special bullet to kill this fucking guy. And who's the actor, by the way, who plays Luke Cage?
Mike Coulter.
Yeah, fuck him. Fire him. Make him be fucking homeless. Like, that guy. They had a scene. They had a scene where he gets shot.
Wow.
It was an emotional scene. It was an emotional, cool scene when he gets shot, but for the first time by Diamondback. He sits on the fucking floor and goes, no, no, and this fucking ridiculous scream, dude. I've never heard.
Turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Worse. This dude did. I mean, the Darth Vader no was better than that shit. Like, this guy can't even do no right. What the fuck, dude? And then, like, the end of the show turns into the ending to Friday, which is a comedy. And I'm supposed to be like, holy shit, man, this is serious. Diamondback, what the fuck was he wearing? Like, the dude looks like, there's so much wrong with this show. There's not a single thing. And then I like how the entire show was like a Trayvon Martin, what do you call that? Like, homage type of thing. But it's like, that's all I had for it. You know, they never finished the thing. They never, like, the whole, like, thing with doing something against police or gain some kind of, like, message out there wasn't. I didn't like the message. It's just like, oh, by the way, villain fight, just like any Marvel movie. Fucking stupid. Another frustrating thing is Cottonmouth was great. I love Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth was one of my favorite villains in a very long time, and they kill him off. And I don't care if it's spoiled, but they get rid of him. They got rid of fucking Cottonmouth, the best part of the fucking show. The best part.
I can't believe it. I agree with. Like, once they got rid of him, it just went downhill.
Yeah, and then in a silly way, like when it happened, she literally just starts like beating him, like, man, you talk to me like that, and he dies. I mean, give him a good death. It just fuck this show so hard, and it's fucking stinky butthole. I hate this fucking show so much.
Jesus.
I hate this show. And anyone who tells me they like it, my opinion of your opinion is fucking like all the way down to my feet at that point. And I'm sorry, but I hate that fucking show. Now, on the good thing, Penny Dreadful, that was good. I like season 3. It happened this year. I think that counts. Penny Dreadful was awesome. There's some slow parts. And the ending, sorry, Allie, but that ending was fucking trash.
I agree.
But I really like the show. It was cool. It has everything. I think the sex shit was a little, like, you know, they had to have some reason for someone to be naked. But it's not a big deal.
But Dorian, man.
And fuck Dorian. I actually legit hate that guy. A little bit of his jealousy. But, yeah, I really hate that dude. Secondly, I watched it this year. It came out late last year. But F is for Family. Ganja, did you finish watching that?
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, really?
He's muted.
That's
We can't hear you at all.
We can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you at all.
And then he left. No, F is for Family, though. Great show. Bill Burr. People check it out. I love it. It's fucking
I'm going to have to check that out. I'm really going to have to check that
It's
out.
basically a show about me if I was a dad. So yeah, it's fucked up.
You know what? I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. No, Nick can make a great dad.
No,
Oh,
that
God.
kid will be bruised. I'd be smacking the fuck up his annoying.
Let's
ass.
ask Max. What does he think about his daddy?
Oh shit.
Oh,
See, no, Trey's another son of mine, and he loves me. But Max is a little disobedient little motherfucker still. But number one, obviously, what do you think it is, Anthony?
it's Walking Dead, man.
It's still Walking Dead. That fucking show with the Negan situation. There's some slow episodes, but it's like everything has slow episodes. This season was one of my favorite seasons so far. It's so unpredictable. Every time something happens, even if you read the comic books, they find a way to fuck with you and make you think one thing to do another. Negan, I know people hate his whole like dancing back and forth, hey, hot diggity dog, and all that bullshit. And it's silly, and I don't like that shit either. But I mean, it's pretty cool.
I think the actor playing him is great. Like that
I
guy.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I think he's graded.
I'm not a big fan of Walking Dead, and it's just because I'm tired of the whole zombie craze. I don't know. I haven't checked out the show, but from what you're telling me and just the clips I've seen, Negan is a fucking awesome villain. Like he's awesome, and he's not even like a villain just because bad guy, but he's almost a villain because of circumstance. It's just like, if I was in this world, I would probably be this guy. So Negan seems like a fucking badass dude. So yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about Negan too is great. It's like this is a character who really doesn't think what he's doing is evil. That's the thing I really, really like. Is like, and I read the comic books. Technically, Negan's like the hero. Like, if you guys read all the way towards the latest issue, which I'm not saying you guys should, by the way. It's not like oh, you should learn everything about this shit before you can say it's bad. It's not like that. If you guys don't see it, then your opinion is your opinion. But in the comic books, this all leads to something really, really fucking cool. And yeah, like Negan, like I said, man, he's a villain because he. For us, the viewer, he's a villain, but he's actually a hero. In his mind, he's doing the right thing. And that's how real-life villains are. They don't think that they're crazy. They don't do shit because they know it's bad. Sometimes it's just, you gotta do what you gotta do, especially in Apocalypse. I love The Walking Dead.
Allie, I think you're the last one. No, Adrian is after
I
me.
am.
Yeah. You know what, Adrian, you go first. You go.
Well, a lot. You guys have mentioned a lot of them already, but let's see. What was number 3 would probably be like Game of Thrones this season, which is great. It's great seeing all the different characters
Would that be the
reunite.
season that you would recommend people? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah. God damn it, Nick, you distract.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, seeing.
No, Nick, you cannot jump in that season. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't. But seeing certain characters, finally get what's coming to them. That was great. Another one I really Stranger Things. Like everyone said. I grew up, watching, all those Spielberg movies and stuff, and it's really cool. And number 1, even though I know you hate this, Nick, and fuck you for hating it, but The Crown.
Yeah.
I'm really into like that, like the history of the royal family and all that. So.
What did you say again? It cut out.
The Crown.
The Crown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I won't talk shit. Look, I'm just bored by it. I mean, hey, the acting is superb. It feels real as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I can't talk shit about the cinematography is beautiful. Look at that shot right there with the grass and everything. It's a great filmed movie. But it's like, what else looks good is when I open up my door and I see like real fucking trees. It's totally HD. It fucking, I hate that shit. Where people, it's like, look at the cinematography. It's like, yeah, but if you go outside your house, it's really not that impressive compared to real life.
But zombies, you gotta see that on TV. You can only see the zombies there. So.
Are zombies fucking real? Justin, you believe in zombies?
No, but
well,
yeah.
Why did this put on me?
Dive in my ass, Jesus!
Whoa! What?
Jesus.
What the fuck?
No, you're right. No, Nick, you
Really weird turn.
You don't like that.
No,
you don't like
I do not care.
Crazy.
How is that? You gotta go outside and see zombies. What the fuck kind of comment is that?
Anyway, Adrian, what's worse?
Well, first before that, I had an honorable mention for best. Again, Justin, I agree. People versus OJ, that was really good.
Okay.
I don't have as many ones for my worst of, but American Horror Story this season.
Yeah.
That movie. I'm sorry. These last 2 seasons, like I've watched a couple episodes. I'm like, no, this is fucking stupid.
Is this the season that just last happened for American Horror Stories? Didn't Lady Gaga make an appearance?
I stopped watching it at that point. I only made it like a couple of episodes in.
She was the main character 2 seasons ago.
You don't know the twist in the episode. I mean, the twist of the season, do you?
No, should I go back and watch it or?
Let me just say this. From the stuff I do know, I don't watch the show, but it turns into a completely different show 2 times in the season.
All right, so maybe I'll have to go back and give it a chance.
Adrian, maybe I'll watch it with you because I gave up after even the first episode this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we totally recommend y'all doing it because I know sometimes me and Alan right now are watching Young Justice because I want to prepare for season 3. So if y'all just want to like watch stuff on together on Rabbit and stuff like that, just hit us up. We could just watch it and stuff like that. Do that shit in the after hours.
Yeah,
watch stuff.
Because I know we do that on the in the anime nights and stuff like that. Even if y'all don't like Keijo, so fuck y'all. But that's cool.
You might want an alternative to Rabbit because with everybody getting it on iOS, it's becoming like a massive wait to get a Rabbit cast.
Oh.
They just taking everything from us, aren't they?
I know, right?
I got a couple ones that I use that I'll send y'all the links for.
All right.
But anyways, Adrian, you were saying.
Adrian, you were saying.
Oh yeah. One more, and I don't hate it. I was just disappointed by it. But Luke Cage. I liked it up until they we already mentioned they killed Cottonmouth, and I just felt like after that it just went downhill. And then the whole twist with what's his name, Diamondback and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It's like, gee, we haven't seen that before. Oh, Daddy didn't love me enough. I'm jealous of my sibling. It's like, fuck you.
That's the thing that frustrates me. And that's the thing too. Like those scenes where it showed him as a kid or Cottonmouth as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was so interesting and it was scary. I was actually scared of Cottonmouth's mom. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I wonder where this is gonna go because I want to see more of his backstory. That shit was awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, that was so good.
That was like really fucking interesting because it made Cottonmouth, which I love about villains, a sympathetic villain. Like he didn't want to do this. He was like, "Fuck you, whatever her name is, because you took me away from this. I want to play piano. I wanted to do something else with my life, but you got me in all this other shit." So yeah, that was fucking very fascinating.
Hey, Nick, that rocket launcher scene was amazing though.
No, that was some bullshit.
Thank
you for bringing it up. There's a part, people. Oh god, I love that fucking scene. That's literally one of the worst things I've seen in the last 10 years. Because there's a part where something very serious happens with this old lady and Luke Cage, and I was actually kind of like quiet. I wasn't making fun of it. I was like, oh shit, that's a deep spot right there, like And he gives her some money. He's helping her out, and then Cottonmouth gets a rocket launcher. I mean, some R1, R2, L1, R2 San Andreas shit. He just makes a rocket launcher appear.
That's the part I was like,
Nick, I'm partially on your side with this, but you realize Walking Dead has done the same thing, right, brother? Especially with the rocket launcher. They've used a rocket launcher twice in that show where they just pulled it out of their
But they
ass
show
and
you the
shot it.
scene where he grabs a rocket launcher, and he shows you the scene where like he put the rocket launcher in the back of the truck in a certain spot.
Oh Jesus!
Cottonmouth, what?
No, to be fair, in Luke Cage, it was very abrupt. Like, okay, he's on a roof. Where did he come from?
Oh, and that's the thing.
He has a rocket launcher?
And that's the
like,
thing.
what?
Rashad, and that's the thing. I'm not even mad about the rocket launcher. Like, that part I get. Cottonmouth has a lot of money. He doesn't have to explain to us where he got the rocket launcher because he's fucking Cottonmouth. He can get anything he wants, right? So that's cool. But then he shoots a rocket launcher into the restaurant on top of Luke Cage and that old lady.
Sweet
and
Christmas.
Then I was like, okay, you know what? This is a comic movie. I'll let that slide. I will let that slide. But then his coat is not burnt. And it's not blowing up or anything. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll let that slide too. But then at the very worst, to continue throwing at my face that it's like, fuck you, the viewer, he goes, oh, sweet Christmas. Like, how much can you possibly do to this scene?
And then he was like, yeah, make sure you don't tell nobody what happened down here. Let me just punch this fucking cement so everybody can see.
So you can see his face.
And walk in front of the news cameras. Just like, hey, by the way.
Oh, man. What? Oh, it gets better.
Hey, Nick,
the cops go into the barbershop. Luke Cage has bullet holes all over him. Everybody else in the whole fucking shop got shot with a machine gun. Bullets holes everywhere. Blood everywhere. And the one girl, the smart one, Misty Knight, goes, something's off about that Luke Cage guy. I don't know what is. He bullet holes on his fucking body, bitch. And you're a detective?
She's sexy. She's sexy.
Oh, the funniest thing of that whole season was Luke Cage's crazy hair during that flashbacks episode where like it looked like it was like cotton balls hung on his face the whole time.
That was so bad.
I don't know if it's good or bad that I quit during after episode 3 of this.
Yeah, don't. Adrian, you have any more? I'm sorry, we keep cutting.
Oh no, that was it. That's fine.
I'm not done yet though. I'm still mad.
Oh shit, no.
No, fuck that.
No, Allie.
Pissing me off.
Oh.
No, this is nothing that
Oh,
pisses me off,
jeez, here we
Anthony.
go.
No, because everyone, and I'm sorry, Ruthless. Hey, I love you, brother. Me and you, look, let's just have a fight right now, but we good. Me and you too, Rashad. You know, we're friends, okay? Handshake, all that bullshit. Okay, cool. Here's the thing. Everybody, with the good show, like Stranger Things or The Crown, people are still talking about it. They're done with the show, and they're like, no, man, that was a good show. I like that show. But Luke Cage was the greatest thing ever for 5 days, and then everyone just turned on their brains and said, you know what? That show was fucking stupid. I have to admit it. No one has talked about the show. I almost forgot that show existed. No one brings that show up because everybody knows it's fucking terrible, but that first week, everybody jumped on that bandwagon. It's just like with the whole Star Wars, like Rogue One thing, whatever, where it's like, it's good now, and then in 5 years, man, that shit was stupid. You know, same with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Everyone freaked out, and now everyone's like, oh, man, that shit sucks. You fucking nerds are all the same. You motherfuckers do that shit for everything. And I'm sick of that shit.
Nick, I agree.
Nick, I'm saying the same thing about Keijo.
Yeah, we nerds jump on the bandwagon. We love all the same stuff. Let's look at what wrestling fans do.
Hey, but I watch it every week. I watch it every week.
I'm just saying, brother.
And I will fight. I will fight to the end with that shit. If WWE goes down, I'm taking my fucking big fat ass body with it. Like we both going down together.
But like,
admit, I mean, we can spend an hour where
We're all
the
nerds
shows
here.
that you love, but that's kind of pointless. Like, dude, Luke Cage was not bad. It was not the greatest show ever created, but it's not bad. And my comments originally on Luke Cage, and that I've said since the beginning, is that you need to watch it. It's important beyond its place in the Marvel Universe, and that it's a good show. If you notice, it didn't sniff my top 3, honestly, because The Get Down, Insecure, Atlanta, and about 3 other shows that I watch were going to get there before Luke Cage even got close to it. So, like, you can say how much you hate Luke Cage, but it's not really a thing to me. Like, I love that you assign it to me, I guess because I can talk intelligently about the show. But, you know, hey, if you want to hate Luke Cage, go for it, man. I don't like the Transformers movies, and you suck Michael Bay's dick, so go for it.
Exactly. Thank you,
though.
Rufus.
Transformers 2 is horrible. I hate Transformers 2. I hate Transformers 3.
None of them have been good, Nick.
No.
None of
You
them
don't like the first one or the fourth one?
They are average.
No.
Fourth one.
One is
Oh my God.
especially bad.
No, I'm not
First one's
saying
good,
it's
I'll give you that.
I'm not saying it's the best either. I'm just saying I dig it. Oh, and Julie, I'm sorry, Julie. Hey, you're very cute. You're very cool. You're not being mean to me, or whatever. But it's like that theme song, the Luke Cage theme song. What the fuck was that?
I actually liked it, that theme song. I didn't mind it.
No, that theme song is dope. No.
Yeah, that theme song is pretty
All right, Grandpa. Shit.
good.
God damn.
I'm sorry.
Can we all get off our high horse though? It's just like, you like Transformers, you like this show. It's just like,
Can we transform back into friends?
no, can we just all get along?
No, I've been taking y'all shit. Jenny, Jenny,
Can we all just admit this? We're all
What did they do?
no,
can we-
sweetheart, I've been taking your shit. I've been taking Adrian's shit. I see you, girl. I know you got them titties always showing me and everything, but no. And tonight, no more titty. No more titty. I'm mad
Fine,
at you.
then. I'll show them to somebody else.
Damn.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Jenny, I'm sorry, girl. Come back.
I'm just saying, like this whole superior taste thing, because it's like we always gotta have. Oh, I like the best movie of the year because I like good taste. I'm like, fuck that shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about none of these other good shows. Hey, I like what I like. I like fucking boobs and ass clashing together. I'm entertained.
I can't wait to hear what the best movie of the year is so I can personally shit on it. 'Cause I'm guaranteed.
I know, right?
Wow.
I would love to hear what this best movie of the year is. What's the best movie of the year, Anthony?
Wait, you talking for me? That I say? Pet. It's actually this indie movie. It's actually not that bad. Like nobody talked about it either. But
Wait, somebody's
who the fuck's thinking?
full as fuck.
Oh,
What
sorry.
is that?
It's my goddamn brother. Singing
Yeah, that motherfucker sings
Oh, gosh.
beautifully.
He is singing
Yes.
He is,
Hear
yeah.
you.
Did you turn to him and say he's black as fuck?
Oh my God.
Damn, that nigga got
Right
soul.
here.
He's like, hey guys, I have a good line.
He doesn't even care, apparently, so.
I thought he was a black woman. That shit sounds beautiful.
What?
I'm just saying,
Wow.
people, it's a compliment. It's not racist. It's a nice thing.
It's not racist because it's true.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna top it.
Wait, the Navy does need more niggers. Trust
No, stop
Trust me.
Oh god.
Somebody
It's
end
not
this
racist
madness.
because it's true.
No. Junkie tonight. Oh my god.
This show is black as fuck, man.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Fuck, yo.
Fuck.
Okay, I want everybody to go card and throw up gang signs. Let's just do it. Let's
Oh,
just
yes, yeah. Jenny, go
let's
ahead.
throw up with gang signs.
I'm not doing it again.
Oh god.
Throw them up.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus, man. Why did I throw up a game sign? I had no webcam on. Anyways, all right. So,
I know.
oh man.
Oh my god.
No,
Alex,
but-
did you have one? Because I don't think we got to hers. Or do you, I don't know.
Huh? For
No,
worst stuff?
The best and worst of TV.
Well, best of I already said mine, although I would like to add Penny Dreadful.
yeah.
I mean, like I thought that was a given. Also, since it technically was like started in 2015, I didn't know if that qualified, even though the season 3 was last year. But yeah, like Penny Dreadful was like my obsession. But for worst stuff, I really honestly haven't watched a lot of like really bad TV shows. I try to stay away from them because I don't really want to waste my time. But I have to kind of say, I had to stop watching Mr. Robot this year or last year.
Oh, shit.
So I kind of have to go on my worst stuff. I've really enjoyed the first season, but it just completely lost me in the second season.
Yeah, it was
I feel like I just felt like they were dragging it out unnecessarily. Like, oh, we didn't think this would be a hit. Okay, let's try to think of something else. Let's come up with this. Oh, that's crap. So they didn't really know where to go with it. So I was just like, yeah, I'm done. So I would definitely say that would be probably my worst stuff. I don't really have anything else. Can't really think. I mean, well, Luke Cage actually, yeah.
But wait, what about that song though?
Hey, that was that was fun. That was fun singing it with you guys every episode. And Alan was trying to skip through the credits. But
Actually, I want to do one thing. I want to like publicly apologize to Anthony and Alan. Birdman, because me and Allie would not shut the fuck up for all those hours.
No, I fucking good job.
We were trying to endure the just crappiness of that show.
Hey, I was
We
actually
just like entertained ourselves. 'cause the
Me
show
and Allie
was
were
good.
acting like Mr. Horse trying to have sex with Alan for like hours, and and the whole time Alan,
What was it? A wet hug?
yeah, wet hug,
Oh god.
and Alan the whole time, me and Allie be like, "Come over here, baby, come over here," and Alan's like, "No, guys, I don't want to right now." Like he's just being so like.
It's just going on and on.
Man, like,
Alan's having Vietnam flashbacks right now. No.
man, the show was already making fun of itself. At that point where they fucking deep fry Luke Cage like a battered chicken, there's no return.
So
No
big up.
return. It's like, come on now. So, yeah.
I'm telling you guys, like seriously, that's one of the worst. Like, and here's the thing with Daredevil, I haven't seen it all. I watched all of Luke Cage, like all of it, and I think if I would have like stopped at like episode 4, I would have been like, you know what, that was bad. I didn't watch it all, but I spent my time watching that shit. I fucking sat there, and I had fun with Ellie, and I had fun with Birdman and Anthony and Trey and everybody. But
He
yeah.
forgot me. Oh.
Yeah, you were hiding. I'm surprised you remember. No. But it's just, that shit was, and I forgot 90s too, which everybody forgets 90s.
Everybody forgets 90s. That's all right.
Oh, man. No, we love you 90s. We miss you, brother. Rest in peace.
Throw up the gang signs for him.
2015 has took another one, people.
Grace.
Oh, God.
Wow.
No, but yeah, that show, sitting through all of that, man, I mean, this is some really bad stuff, and I really, if season, God, that looks so bad. When season 2 comes out, people, I'm not watching this. I'm just putting that out there right now, too, and, you know, if you guys get, like, a spoiler talk going on, I'll just mute myself. But, yeah, that's basically about it.
And with that note, I think it's time to wrap this motherfucker up like a condom.
Do I get no opinion at all here, guys?
No, I didn't know. Like, cause your shit keep going in and out, in and out. I'm just like, I don't know.
No, Jenny, what is your opinion?
Well,
It doesn't matter what your opinion is. I'm just joking, sweetheart. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna go and take the because I don't watch a lot of stuff, but I was gonna give out my shout outs to like the top 3 cartoons I've had for this past year that I think are that you should check out.
Okay.
Excuse me.
The suspense is killing me.
I'm gonna look up. I think that's on Amazon Prime.
No, it's a new anime starting this Monday.
I know. Full of ass and titties.
All right. Okay, so I have to say, okay, my number 3 cartoon is got to be the Voltron series on Netflix. That came out early 2016. It's pretty good. It's done by the same guys who did Avatar and Korra. So you have that same like anime look style and that kind of same writing with it as well. It's really good. And they left on a hell of a cliffhanger. And thank God the next season comes out in a couple weeks because it's a really they like left you hanging. You're like, shit, that's it. So
were you into
I give that
Voltron back in the day?
I wasn't really into like old Voltron. Like I watched a few episodes, but. Oh.
That's the type of milk drink. Ovaltron. Take it well.
No, Anthony, that shit, you heard that shit too, bro. Come on, me and you think alike, man. You can't be fucking.
No, after that fucking shit you did, fuck you, man. Keijo is the best. Fuck everybody in this call.
Anthony's gonna beat my ass after this show.
I'm saving your ass again.
If you guys want to play Quiplash later, just let me know because I'm gonna need it. But no, Jenny, go ahead.
All right. Okay. Continuing on. Apparently, number 2, I have to say, I have to again shout out to the show, Star Wars Rebels. Okay, I know some people in this call don't like Star Wars, but this is actually a really good show.
Yes.
It looks good.
It's a very good show. They like the end because it was the end of season 2, and then they've done half of season 3 in 2016, and this show is really like it's like elevated so far from like where it started. It's gone so far, and it's kind of funny, and there are some Easter eggs in Rogue One. If you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels, you'll see in here. So, but yeah, I mean, the next
Thrawn.
What again?
Okay, what was your verdict on Thrawn? Because I really like him in that show.
Oh, I think he's holy shit, he's a hell of a villain, that's for sure. It's like he's
okay, I thought
scary
he was
every
like
time
good
he's
looking.
on TV.
Holy shit, that's a hunk of Saurus over there.
Nick, fuck you.
No, Hunkosaurus. It's basically a dinosaur, but he's a hunk, and like all the other female dinosaurs.
Continue.
What the fuck did I do to you tonight?
Just please.
No, I didn't do nothing to you. I just talking about the guy you're talking about. I mean, the character, that guy. Go ahead, sweetie. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
No.
I think we should end now, everybody. This is the last MCA.
We're done. We actually
has
survived. We actually survived for 1 year, and now we're ending after 1 year.
Exactly.
That is poetic.
He's got it overboard.
Wow. Jenny, before we leave though, Star versus the Forces of Evil. Check it out. It's actually pretty good.
I've been looking into starting that one. Though I do shout out my top is Steven Universe for the season. Wow, that's gone really, really good. I stay away from all the fan shit because fuck all that, but show itself is really good. I say check it out. It got really good.
Okay. Steven Universe. Sweet. Get that shit.
Yes.
That's the end. Good night.
Fuck you, Nick.
Oh goodness.
Damn. Just said rest in piss. All right. Anyway. No, but people, like I said, thank you guys for all the support. The MCA, this crazy wacky ass shit would not be around with all of your support and stuff like that, love, support, and everything. Speaking of anime, we will be doing the anime nights next week, so that will return. We do those every other week, so if you want to participate on that, I usually post the polls and when we do it on Facebook. And just stay tuned to those as well. And check out the YouTube channel, highlight videos, all the other stuff we got going on there. And I want to say that's pretty much it. Yeah.
There's only one more thing left to say, man.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, anime night. Do we have anime night this week?
I already said that.
Oh, sorry. I was drinking coffee, bro. Sorry.
I said we're doing it. You gotta pay attention to this shit.
Were you drinking the coffee through your ears, Nick? I mean,
Well, no, I actually took my headphones off so you guys don't hear me going, the slurping.
You gotta get jiggy with the shit, man. Get jiggy with the shit.
No, but hey, I'm Anthony. We're doing the anime night this week.
Just get this shit off.
Hey, everybody.
3, 1, 2, 3. Attack.
Are we doing the show? The anime night this week?
Let's make a transform.
This is terrible. I hate Cottonmouth. No, I like Cottonmouth. Why'd you get rid of him? It's bullshit. We're doing the anime night this week. Anime night.
Wow.